Armand, Hampton, Georgia, for Latanya. All right, so we all over the world. Black people, smart, intelligent Black people all over the planet representing. Denise, hey Denise, how are you? Will this be recorded? Yeah, it'll be recorded, and I think we're going to do another replay tomorrow, and then after that, we'll have to talk about accessing it afterward. And so, without further ado, let me introduce our guest today. Our guest is Miss Teailla Kidd. Teailla is the founder of I Dream Academy. Is that right?
I Dream Trading and Investment, but that one of the things we do is an academy also.
Okay, I Dream Trading and Investment, and Teailla has Teailla. Let me say that right. T like you drink your tea.
Yep.
I like your eyes. Yeah, Teailla. We're gonna say that right today. So Teailla is coming in because she had a really urgent message for the community about NFTs. And if y'all been watching, has anybody been paying attention? You have a lot of people out here, most people who don't look like us, who are killing it on NFTs. People like Gary Vee. I think Gary Vee's made $100 million on NFTs already. And this market is blowing up. It's taking off. Tiala and her family have done extremely well with NFTs. And so Tiala, and I'm going to tell y'all how we got connected, and then I'm going to pass the ball to my sister. But Tiala, I was speaking to Tiala through Chanel, who's in the chat. Say hi in the chat, Chanel. Chanel is just the right hand person, just so important to the Black Business School. So when Chanel came to me and said Tiala wants to partner with the Black Business School, I said, okay, sure, we can do something after we do this, and after we do this, and she said, no. Tiala said we should do it now. We got to move fast with the quickness. And I said, okay, all right. Well, why? Because if we don't move, we're gonna miss out. And so without further ado, Tiala, maybe we can start there. What was it that led to the urgency of getting involved in NFTs?
I think the most important is that, again, like you said, if you just talked about Gary Vee and the money that he's made, and that's just one of the people that's gone on and made millions and millions of dollars. And I'm just not talking about like single digit million, you're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars. And so, and then I think the other thing that's missing is that we as a community have a lot of gifts as far as and talents in designing and stuff and creating art. And we just don't know the avenue of how to get our stuff out there. And so that's why I'm like, we need to make this money with everybody else.
That's a powerful point you make. Black people, we are the best artists on the planet. We our art, and typically historically, whether you're talking about music or anything else, our art gets taken and somebody else ends up making all that money. So maybe the difference maker is understanding the market for that art, the technology. And it seems that NFTs are really emerging as a really special place where there's a lot of opportunity, almost like a gold rush. Would you say that?
Absolutely. I would say that. And, you think about the internet, the big boom with the internet, when a lot of people we missed out on investing in a lot of things with the internet. And so the same thing applies, within the NFT space of saying, hey, get in here early, get your artwork. It doesn't take the thousands and thousands of dollars of having to go get the building and all those different things. There's a shortcut as far as being able to do those things. And that's one of the NFTs are definitely one of those avenues.
So all right.
Do well.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, with NFTs and the metaverse, it seems to me, Tiala, that there's just so much to learn. It's such a learning curve, and I know that I can even say it with myself when I see things changing so fast. I'm a constant learner. I'm constantly taking in information, but even I sit back and say, gosh, there's so much to learn, so much to figure out. And it just seems like piecing together the future. Like we know the future's coming. We know the future is going to involve the metaverse big time. That's a big word people are using. We know that crypto is going to be in there somewhere. Crypto is here to stay. And then we're seeing this merging where crypto is kind of becoming one of the key factors within that metaverse. Right. And it links to just so many things, going to work every day, gaming, just all kinds of stuff. And so can you kind of speak to that in terms of how you're trying to even keep up with all these constant rapid changes that are occurring, within all these industries?
I think that the biggest part is just like you said, continue to educate yourself. That is the top thing that you have to do. It, but furthermore, is knowing who to be educated by. So, because what happens in a lot of the things, as far as when you're out in the NFT space, you have so many people who are telling you to get into this project and to get into that project, and they have no idea. They don't know when to tell you to buy. They don't know when to tell you to sell. And so when you're getting involved in that aspect and you have no one to guide you in that aspect of saying, hey, how do you even research? Because literally researching was the biggest time that, that we've taken as far as trying to figure out which projects to invest in. And, as we're talking about the presentation, you're going to see some of the research we've done, you'll see that we know what we're doing. So, but I think it's powerful, of how things are changing, even in regards to talking about the metaverse. Who would imagine that people are paying millions of dollars, literally millions of dollars for virtual land? And the best way I try to tell people is, think about the Oculus glasses that they're goggles that everybody's walking around with. That's what the metaverse, and that's where everything is going now. But there's so much money to be made just in the metaverse, let alone with the cryptocurrency. And I said, I know I'm going on, but part of the thing that really gets to me is that, you hear about all the banks and how on all the news channels, they're telling you that all of this is a scam and you shouldn't be investing in it. But then you see like a month or two later, they've been investing in it for like years. And then they selling us the stuff that they bought for pennies, and we buying it for hundreds of dollars at a time or thousands. So.
I think that what they're kind of saying, which really speaks to how they think is, you have this new thing over here, this new emerging market that becomes a competition for what they're doing, right? Your bank, crypto's coming along, they're going around you. Yeah. So you're controlling your customers by saying, don't go over there, it's dangerous over there.
Yes.
And then once they get over there first, they're like, no, let us go over there first.
Yes.
And then when we set up shop, then you can come over here and we'll invite you. It seems to me that that's what's going on, that they are kind of running that game on us. What do you think?
Oh, 1,000%. It's 10,000%. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. That is one of the situations. Like I said, you see all the big players that are now coming back in. They've been investing. They can say that one company wasn't doing it, but the other company was buying. But why they would say the first company was saying, no, don't do this. This is horrible. But they continue to invest. And now it's like, okay, we think it's not as bad. And just like in any industry, you're going to have the things where some people are there to scam. It's not like scammers have stopped being scammers in the regular world. So when the crypto comes up or NFT comes up, the scammers are still there. You just got to know how to protect yourself and how to keep your stuff safe. That's going to be the biggest thing.
There you go. Well, you know what? Before we begin the presentation, I want to encourage everybody, shut down all your other devices. I want you to go into the zone and really focus on what Ms. Kidd has to say today. I don't know about y'all, but what I do in order to avoid the distractions of the internet is I shut down all my windows. I turn off my phone, just all of that, so you can really focus. Because remember, you have a crazy world where there's constantly bells and beeps and buzzes and dings happening all the time. And I want you to really take this in, because I will tell you that the thing you want to avoid is missing out. A lot of us are here after we've missed out on just even the last 5 years. I want you to think about this. If you had started buying Apple stock consistently in 2017, you'd have made a ton of money, because Apple stock has gone crazy. Warren Buffett made, I want to say $100 billion by consistently buying Apple stock since 2017. He wasn't there in the beginning in the Steve Jobs era. He came in 2017, which seemed late, but he made a ton of money. If you started buying Bitcoin and Ethereum consistently in 2017, your family would be very wealthy. Right. So what I'm saying to you is that now we're hitting the reset button. Everybody type the word reset in the chat. Type reset. We hitting the reset button. Now, instead of looking at 2017 to 2022, I want you to look at 2022 to 2027. And I don't want you in the year 2027 looking back and saying, man, I missed out. If I had been doing blank, blank, blank consistently since 2022, I would be here by 2027. We ain't doing that no more. We ain't playing that generational curse. So without further ado, I'd like to thank Ms. Kidd in advance for joining us at the Black Business School. Sister, the floor is all yours. Feel free to go ahead and share your screen.
Okay, let me go. Let me just get started here. Just take screen. Okay, let me go on the presentation. So once again, Dr. Boyce, thank you so much for having me. It's like, and Chanel has done a fantastic job to connect us. So if y'all can put some dollar signs in the chat for Chanel, I'd appreciate that, because she has really put this together. I mean, and it was fast. We're like, how are we gonna get this thing to go like we need this to go? And so since I really appreciate you and all the hard work that you have done to get this out to the community, because again, I think it is so important that our community do not miss out on what's going on in this particular space. Again, many of you guys will hear about NFTs, which, you know, non-fungible tokens. You're going to hear that term. It's NFTs, it's the exact same thing. So literally, let's go ahead and get started here because we got some stuff to cover today. Just want a couple things before we actually get started. Just remember, this is not financial advice. You know, you need to make sure you're still going on doing your own research because it is a scenario. Sorry, things are risky, just like they are risky in regular life. They're also risky over here in the NFT space. So if you can acknowledge that by putting a 1 in the chat, I'd greatly appreciate that. All right, I see the ones. Y'all may see me looking on the side. I'm literally looking at the screen for the chat. Good stuff. All right, next. One other thing that I want to say to you in regards to today's training, it is completely free. Well, the information that I'm here to share with you is going to be completely free. But I want you to also acknowledge that at the end of the presentation, there will be an offer made to you. We have some people who are like, hey, I need to dig in a little deeper into this NFT space. I need some help. That's where we and my team, we will come in and we will make sure you get the right help. So if you can also put some 1s in the chat to understand that at the end of the presentation, you will be receiving an offer if you'd like to continue to move forward with what we're doing. All right, good stuff. All right, let's go. Okay, the biggest question I will ask you, and I know Dr. Boyce and I were just talking about this, is like, are you like literally behind the times? Literally, I mean, you see the screen, the TV on the screen. It's a matter of, I always remember like growing up, and you know, your grandma had that TV on top of a TV. and then sometimes if you didn't have the antenna in right, the picture didn't really show. That's what I'm asking you. I mean, are you still functioning, thinking that the internet is everything is still a scam and you shouldn't do any of these things? The NFTs are not a scam. And when I show you what I'm going to show you today, you'll understand that. So we need to either get some flat screen TVs instead of being on this particular TV. That's my point of showing you this. So don't be behind the times. Some of the things that we're going to go over in the presentation today in the webinar is going to be as far as how I'm definitely going to explain to you how I got started. Make sure you have some pencils and paper. I know that'd be like, some people are like, well, I got my tablet. I'm like, okay, tablet, it's fine with me too. You don't have to have a pencil paper, but you need to have something to write the information down. Because I'm going to actually, like I said, I'm going to try to give you as much value as possible. And it's going to be some tips as far as if you wanted to buy into some of these NFT projects, you could. We're going to talk about what airdrops. When I talk to you about airdrops, pay attention. That is, you're going to see how much money is simply made by airdrops. And I'll go into some more detail as far as the airdrops and how those actually work. And then I'm also going to share with you definitely as far as, you know, how to use your credit card. I'm going to give you some of our tips of how we use the script method. And then the most important thing that I think that you should recognize is we're always talking about generational wealth. And generational wealth, I know we talk about it, but it's like when I show you what my family and I, brothers and sisters, mom, all what we are doing to create generational wealth for our family, it hopefully will be mind blowing to you, but you can actually do the exact same thing. The aspect as far as NFTs. Okay, so let's talk about NFTs. Because I know everybody's like, well, what exactly is an NFT? And I can give you like the full terminology, but like, it's a digital asset that, listen, the bottom line, and like I said, and we will go deeper, and I'm not going to try to go deep into the conversation on this particular call, and we will go deeper as we're doing the mastermind class and so forth. But really, you think about tweets, you think about JPEGs, you think about avatars, you think about skins in a game. Those are considered an NFT. The one way I'll kind of give you an idea as far as, you know, they have variations. Sometimes there's common ones, sometimes there's rare ones, and then there's some that's just like, you know, you just cannot replace. I mean, it's like it's ultra super duper one. And so you think along the line of like, if a wedding ring. So this is what I can give you an example of. A wedding ring. All right, you know, when you got married, you're like, okay, this wedding ring is here. You could replace it if you happen to lose it. If you happen to lose it, you could replace it, but it just wouldn't be the same thing. And so the same thing with the NFTs. There's some NFTs that are going to be this, you know, just a regular common one, and there's going to be some that are going to be like the ultimate. They're going to be like rare, and they're going to be worth more money. Okay, so on the screen you'll see some of the things. Like I said, there's going to be pictures, Metaverse. You have some of the games. This is a Blanco's game. So there's going to be variations as far as NFTs. So kind of just giving you ideas as far as what NFTs are. The best and easiest way I can simply give you a simple term is it's a unique item. a unique item. If you can remember it's a unique item, that category can go into any different thing. So that's what an NFT is. All righty. The next thing, as far as understanding NFTs, if you don't, and I was telling Dr. Borsa, if you really don't know what you're doing, you are strictly just like completely gambling with your money. And so the most important thing I would say again, make sure you're getting educated if you're going to be in this space, because you're just going to lose some money. And in regards to who am I? Here, this is who I am. Everybody like, who are you? Who are you on here talking about these things? All right, I've written a book for NFTs. I'm a certified NFT investor. I've literally been in crypto since 2017, and then I got involved into the NFT space around 2019. And I shouldn't say just I got, because as one of the admins who's in the chat, who's my sister Jessica, she's down here. We have been running for some time in this NFT space. And so some of you guys might have seen us on YouTube and all the different things that we currently do. We are doing fantastic in the NFT space. And again, like I said, we've been invested since 2019. I told you guys, as far as even with some of my family, this is some of my sisters, this is my son, my daughter, and then three of my sisters. My brother is actually in the NFT space also. So we are like continuing to bring our family in, because we see that there is opportunity within this space. One of the other things is that I do own a Bored Ape. That is one of the top projects. And when I show you about the Bored Ape, y'all gonna be like, okay, the Bored Ape not playing. But I'll show you a little bit of that information. And then I've also owned over 70 lands within a game called the Sandbox game. And that's a Metaverse game. When I show you numbers on that, you can be like, okay, she might know a little bit of something. And then most importantly, the person on the screen is right here in the middle. That is my husband. We've been married for 25 years, and I am a blessed woman. I will say that. So this is my husband right here in the middle. All right, let's keep on going. All right, as far as who's involved, because I think many people sit back and be like, dog, who's actually in, who's involved with the NFT space? Are there any companies that are involved with the NFT space? Absolutely. I mean, you look at the screen. I mean, if you could just in the chat, if you know any of the companies, just write the company name in the chat. I'm quite sure you can understand that there's a lot of companies that are involved within the NFT space. You literally have Walmart. Everybody go to Walmart at some point in your life. You've been to Walmart. McDonald's, everybody has been to McDonald's. They're literally investing into the NFT space. One of the ones that I look at, that's one of the big ones right now, is going to be Nike. Nike's on here. Nike is actually really, really getting into the NFT space. Most of you guys, because you're probably new, you don't even know who this Artifacts company is. Artifacts they are one of the top NFT companies literally that's going on right now in the NFT space. And guess who bought or acquired them? Nike. To me, I'm sitting here when I start thinking about some of these things, I'm like, well, why is Nike coming out and buying all these companies for like millions and like hundreds of millions of dollars, and not like, and possibly even billions of dollars? Why are they doing that? For me, I started thinking about it. I'm not going to just keep questioning it. I'm going to start researching it and start investing in it, because if they're investing in it, I want to invest in it too. So we have my family, we've all invested into this Artifacts company, and I'll show you that in a little further down here on a couple slides. The next question that we normally get is really, man, am I like too late? Absolutely not. I'll be saying like, you too late for what? I mean, do you think like everybody in the world is buying NFTs? There's only like 3% of the United States that are invested in the NFTs. Literally like 3%. And this chart was done in September of 2021. So I started thinking, I was like, well, man, I could sit back and say, well, it's only 2.8%. Maybe I should wait because that's like a little scary. My brain instantly turned like, okay, it's only 3%. That means I can make money off of 97% of people. That's what I literally started thinking. I was like, 3%, 97% still need to get involved. If I'm getting in here at 3%, there is a lot of opportunity. So again, think about it. Are you too late? No, you're like right on time, and you need to go in and start figuring out this thing within the NFT space. You'll see, even as far as this particular chart here, the Philippines, they are one of the ones that have one of the highest percentages. And the reason why you'll see that in some of the other countries, some people in these other countries are literally going and they're playing, it's called play to earn games. And I'll show you one of those later on in the presentation. but they're literally able to make more money doing the play to earn game than they would make going to a regular job. Many of them are getting like very, very good money. So again, that's why you'll see some of the other countries that are their percentages are definitely higher. But again, you're not just selling NFTs to people in the US, you're selling NFTs to everyone in the world. All right, how I got started, because everybody's like, well, how did you get started? We don't believe you got started. Let me tell you how I got started. So one of you guys, I think somebody was even putting some information in the chat in regards to the NBA Top Shot. The NBA Top Shot, my sister, like I said, Jessica, that's actually one of the admins on, we got invested into NBA Top Shot like when it first started. We were literally, if you see on the screen, this is actually my portfolio. I am in the top 0.1 percentile in regards to my portfolio that I've invested because of when we invested in the NBA Top Shot. That is like a huge accomplishment. For those of you who may not know, we would literally, my sister Jessica would literally get on a call and be like, sis, we need to buy a few more packs, because I know some of y'all that's on right now, y'all know about NBA Top Shot, and some of them have like sold out instantly. As soon as you get on, you can't even buy another pack. We used to literally, when we started investing, we would be like, oh, it's been a couple of days. I really don't want to go buy no more $10 packs of cards. I've bought enough. But I think one of the things now, you look at some of those $10 packs, the cards that were in the $10 packs, one card, and let's say if you got 6 cards, one card could be worth $100,000. It could be worth $10,000 for one of the cards that you were able to get in the $10 packs. And so now, I mean, sometimes we'd be like, man, we just should have bought some more cards. But sometimes you live and you learn, as far as, you know, when you're in the NFT space of getting in the right NFTs. And I'll tell you, I mean, age, I don't even know how many people in the chat, even if you're older, my mom was 70. And literally, my mom, at the time, she was 70 when we were looking at some of these things. And she would be like, she calling everybody. We like, mama, we trying to get in the drop too. She like, I can't, somebody got to call me. I can't get on. I can't figure out how to buy these packs. I can't, it's not letting me log in. We literally be like, oh my goodness. Like, I'd be like, somebody be like, okay, it's your turn this time. So Jessica would call me. I might call my kids, but she had everybody on speed dial. But it's so age, don't think that you cannot do this because of your age. Because my mom buys the NBA packs of cards, literally, and then she'll get mad at you. Be talking about, why nobody didn't tell me there's another drop? We're like, mama, how we was trying to get in the drop like you were trying to get in the drop. And if she don't get a pack, everybody gonna know she didn't get a pack. But again, this is NBA Top Shot. You're thinking about this. Many of you guys may even be thinking, as far as what is it, even NBA Top Shot? It's a digital card. So what you really see, like, this is a digital card. Many of you guys might think of as far as the packs of thinking, like when you used to go to the store and you used to buy the little packs of cards, and then you had to make sure you had to put them in one of the protector sheets because you didn't want the corners to get bent up. But then you held them for 20 years to find out they were still worth $2. So, and now, I'm telling you, because I got some of those. I literally have a pack of cards. I was like, okay, this card, I know it's going to be worth some money. So we have moved it from house to house. Whenever we move it, like, bring the cards with us. My husband like, listen, the cards are not, the value is not coming back. So again, but these digital cards are just completely different. You don't have to worry about doing anything as far as, protecting, besides protecting your digital wallet. That's all you have to do with these. There's never going to be a corner that you have to worry about being bent. And as far as, even it used to be called NBA Top Shot, but now they actually have the WNBA, who's also involved in the digital cards. Some of the packs of cards, again, you could go on, you could buy them for, let's say if they were $9, and they do also have packs of cards that are literally $1,000. Okay, but when I show you that $1,000 shouldn't scare you, I'm gonna show you that on the next slide. Here's one of Lisa Leslie. A straight baller. Let me just say that she was a straight baller. So, but you can see a pack of one of her cards. If you bought this particular pack of cards, the lowest price, literally right now, is a $700 card. That's the lowest price. Over here to the right, you'll see the top sale. Her top sale for this pack of cards that could have cost. Let's say if this particular pack was $200, you could have sold it for almost $5,000. That's one of the highest sale price for this particular card. But watch when I go to this one. This is a part that's crazy. Same packs of cards. These are going to be considered like a legendary pack of cards over here, where this is LeBron James doing his thing over here. But do you see these prices? So you bought this again for, let's say, $1,000. You bought it or the whole pack of cards for $1,000. Remember, you might get 5. I'm giving you a hypothetical. Let's say if you got 5 cards in here. Do you even care that you had 5 other cards if you bought it for $1,000 and you got it for sale for 96,000? I don't think you really would care. So, and if you can see right here on the side, 134,000, that's been the average sale for the last 5 sales, $134,000. This one's another, let's say if this is another $1,000 pack of card, you got this one card. The average sale price, $15,228. I don't think there's any problem. Same thing over here. Look at this $1 million card. Now, this particular card could be $1 million card because it could be the #1 card. So let me just show you guys, give you guys a couple of tips. So here's where some information that you can write down. Okay. Here's some tips for you. Because like I said, I'm going to try to give you some free stuff too as we're going along. So if you say, hey, I want to go in and buy some of these particular packs. And let me just say this, there are going to be other packs of cards. There's not just the NBA, but you have the NFL ones that are out now. You have soccer that's out there. Everybody, again, is moving into the digital cards. You even have UFC fighters that sell digital cards. So again, it's a scenario where a lot of people are going in and they're able to buy these packs of cards. You see the prices, $19, $230. But again, some of these cards that may be inside those packs could instantly be worth thousands of dollars. So you could go to their particular site, get signed up. You will have to give them your information. There's no way around that. You have to give them your information. What I would tell you as far as if you're going to go on and do it, because sometimes when they have the pack drops and they sell out, you'll want to go in and as far as buying a couple of the cheap cards, meaning like maybe you go in and you buy a $2 card. That way your bank gets used to you buying it, because the worst thing that's going to happen to you, because it has happened to me, is that you go in, you think you're in line, you've been in line for 45 minutes. You get to the checkout stand because you just got the pack of cards that you know you might get one that's going to be $1,000. And you get there and then your bank declined it because they think it's a fraudulent charge. It's happened to me, I promise you. And these were like some very good packs of cards that I missed, like 5 packs of cards I literally lost several $100,000 by my bank declining it at the time when I was buying these cards. So again, I'm trying to give you some tips to help you. Don't do that because it hurts. So again, go in and buy you a couple of the cheap cards, and then that way your bank will get used to it. And then when the pack drops, you shouldn't have any problems. One other thing that's very important, because I do find that with a lot of the new people, is that if you get the #1 card, that means something. Okay, the #1 card should be worth a lot more money, or especially if you get like the player's jersey number, that's going to be very important that you know the value of what you're selling and you're selling it at the right price. Okay, so there you go. You can see the other notes there, but just want to share those tips with you. So if you're buying, whether it's the NBA Top Shot, the NFL All Day, the soccer ones, any of those particular packs of cards, use the same tips. They all work, no matter what you're doing. All right, another one as far as how I got invested is Vivi. Vivi is one of the ones I know they recently had some issues with some of their site things, but here's the thing: when I start thinking about some of these things that are digital, everything in the NFT space is going to be fairly new. It's not like there's new technology being added to every particular NFT that's coming out there, and it's going to be tested. These particular things sell out. They have drops. Like this is a Walt Disney one. Everybody know Disney. They were $333 to buy this particular item. The lowest price, like today, they came out in November of 2021. The lowest price today to try to buy this one that was $333 to $20,000. So I'm telling you, as far as, trying to get into some of these different things, especially like I said, Vivi. And again, these are digital. You don't get the physical item. It's not a physical item that you get. It's all digital. They sell out in like 0.0001 of a second whenever they have drops. But if you happen to be one of the people that are very lucky to get one, that's the kind of money. And that's why I continue to still try to buy their particular stuff that they're dropping. I mean, everybody on the screen can relate to something on the screen. You kind of know, like, okay, I remember this. I remember Spider-Man. So again, these are other companies that are still continuing to get invested into this particular space. And then let's go on to the next one. Here's some of the things when you start looking at some of the pricing of some of these items. So I've got them circled over here on the screen for you. This one here, Red Scope, was $13. It came out $13. I bought this back in August 2021. The floor on this one, $560. Here's another one, the car, $99. The floor on this one, $700. Bought this one. This one, $70. I did buy this in October 2020. So when y'all be like, well, have you been invested in this particular space? Yeah, I've been doing some things for some time now, but it's not too late. I'm still telling you, it's like, it's not too late, but look at this. Bought this in October 14th in 2020, $70. The lowest price right now is $10,450. Now, understand your prices are going to go up and they're going to go down depending on if you're trying to hold some of your items. But what if it even only went to like $5,000? You think you still might be okay if you could spend $70 and it's at $5,000? So it's funny when I hear people who are in the NFT space and we're like, well, the market is down. The market is down. I'm like, down from where? Okay, so you don't get to make $20,000 off your $70 investment because you have an option to take your money, but it's down to $10,450. That's not down. So, again, you have to really look at what you're investing in because there is a lot of opportunity when you're looking at even just this particular site. This is going to be one of the ones where you can go on your phone and buy these particular items. Here's a testimonial because everybody's like, well, we know you're saying you can do all these things, but do you have any people who are actually doing these things? This is like one of our people in our group one of our students, we literally, this is me actually talking. I said, just my thoughts. If you have some of these items and you can make 5 to 15K, take some money. I said, and I literally was like, this is what I was really saying in my mind. I'm trying to hold, but look at this. I said, I'm trying to hold. This was the thing I bought was like $99, $100. And then one of the people in the group said, I made 10K off mine and I still wish I had held. This is the craziness of when you're looking at the NFTs, you'd be like, I didn't want to take $10,000 and I paid $100 for this particular item. This item came out in February 2021. Now I can kind of understand because like I said, you when you're in the NFT space and everybody call me, I'll be like, I'm an NFT addict. I don't even care. I'm not even ashamed about it. I'm like, I'm an NFT addict because NFTs you pay very good money. So call me whatever you want to call me. I'll be like, I'm an NFT addict. Yep, that's me. But when you look at it, this particular person was saying like they took $10,000 today. When I think with yesterday, whenever we did this presentation, the lowest price was $19,500. So, but it's hard to say, why couldn't you take the $10,000 at $100? Well, if you only paid $100, why couldn't you take it? That's the craziness as far as how the NFT space is going when you're finding projects to get into early and to invest in to make the money. So $19,500 is currently the floor price on something that you paid $10 for. $100 for, and it came out in February of 2021, little over a year. Not a bad investment again. Okay, then the next aspect, as far as this is still Vivi. So here's Vivi again. They have the comic books. I mean, is there anybody who don't know who the Hulk is? The Hulk. I mean, everybody know the Hulk. so you have the comic books that came out there. Most of their comic books are $6.99. That's why. So when people were like, well, the comic books are $6.99, why are they selling out so fast? They're $7. Sometimes if you happen to be that one that get in at 0.0001 of a second and you can beat the bots to buy these items, this is a $7 item. That's the lowest price right now, $620. Literally $620. Another one that I own, bought it for $6.99. The lowest price available, $13,490. So again, you continuously keep seeing how you can get into projects. Most people will always hear people talking about, well, does it cost a lot of money? I'm not going to say that there aren't NFTs. When I show you some NFTs on some of the other slides, there are NFTs that cost a lot of money. There's no sugarcoating it. There literally are, but they didn't cost a lot of money when we invested in them. And that's what we're trying to get you. What I was like to tell Chanel, I was like, listen, we have to do this like now. It's like, we can't wait 6 more months to try to do this. And then we have to go in and buy stuff at the $13,490. I want to buy it when it's $7. I even buy it when it's $100. I don't want to wait till it get to $13,400. So that's why I was pushing. I was like, sis, now listen, we need to get started now. So again, you'll see this, the aspect of why I'm saying what I'm saying with the NFT, or why you need to be invested. And then let's move on to Blancos. Another one, when you literally, this is a one we're talking about, like you can play to earn type game. At least you can go on, you can earn some of these characters and then you can sell them. So you go on, you play this particular game. I love the graphics on this game. It is like the best graphics that I've seen when it comes to digital games and crypto type games. Because they care about the doggone graphics. Their graphics keep getting better and better every time things keep coming out that they keep putting out. And then the value of them are continuing to go up higher and higher. There's some items, when you can, that we went on and we invested in like a lot of the founders packs on Blancos, and they literally had a drop, I think yesterday, for one of their new Blanco items. I think it's like $39, but most of them came out at like $10, and they still continue to come out at $10 unless it's a big company. You can go on and sell some of those same items that we bought very early on for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, literally hundreds and even thousands of dollars for some of those items. One thing that I definitely like when you're talking about this play to earn aspect is I like that you can sell the items. So if I played this particular game and I'm literally like, hey, I'm tired of playing this game now. I don't like this character because a new character came out right here, the green one. I could literally go back into the marketplace and sell it. If I had this gun up here, this little gun right, I bought this in the marketplace, whatever, and I have this gun, I could actually go back and sell this to someone else who might like. Okay, let me just ask a question in the chat. Has anybody invested in the Blancos game? If you don't know, let's do it this way. If you have not invested in the Blancos game, put a 1 in the chat. If you have not invested in the Blancos game, put a 1 in the chat. Oh, wow. I got a lot of people I can sell some stuff to. Let's go. I got a lot of people I can sell some stuff to. All right. I see what happened. Okay. So now listen, let me show y'all need to be trying to figure out how to buy some Blanco stuff too. I really don't want to be selling the stuff to your kids, but I did buy a lot of the early stuff that's not available anymore. So if your kids need some cute stuff, to buy some stuff, I have those items for you. Me and my sister and my kids, we all have those items. So, but again, here's one of those scenarios. Like I said, I remember when my son would, we'd have the Xbox and we're like, oh man, he'd go and he'd get his little game cartridge. And I'm like, I got to pay $80 for a game. This is like the craziest thing ever. This makes no sense for me to pay $80 for this doggone game. Get the game. Then, a week later, his friends be like, you know what, there is actually a better game that's out than that one. And you probably should buy that one too. So I get my crazy self in the car. I take my little cartridge to the GameStop and like, listen, we want to go ahead and turn the game in. How much money can we get? Well, we can give you $4. I said, oh no. I said, get my cartridge back. I said, I'll burn it up before you keep to give me $4 for my cartridge. So again, when I start looking at how these games and how this technology is working and how you can, like I said, if my kid wanted to come home out there, my kids are not kids anymore, but if my kid wanted to buy this and I could pay $10 for it, okay, I could pay $10 for it, but I'm gonna make you create a business because you're not just gonna keep spending my money. I'm gonna literally, if I had kids today, this is what I'd be like, okay, if you want to play the Blancos game, we'll buy you some of these little people that are on the screen. But whenever you need the newest one, your business needs to be able to sell one of your old ones so that you can make enough money to go buy the new one. So there's a lot of ways as far as even teaching your kids how to go in and not just play these sorry doggone games and not giving them no money. But this one is one of the ones that, you can go on, they can buy some of these items. And then if they wanted to go in and sell some of the stuff that they earned by playing this particular game, they could go on and do that. Okay, so this is, again, it's Blancos. Here's another company. You're looking at Burberry. Why I literally asked myself the question, when I was thinking about Burberry, why are these people, why is Burberry getting into Blancos? Why did Burberry sell out in 30 seconds at $300? This wasn't a $10 item because literally I was in line. I think all of the admins probably on the phone in here with us. We were all in line to pay $300 for this item. The item today is right at $1,000. I mean, if you were able to get the Burberry one, the Sharky B, if you were able to get this particular one, it was back in August. They sold out in like 30 seconds. I had it in the cart. And if they had let me buy more, I probably would have bought more because I knew that they were going to be up in value at some point because of the number of items that this particular Blancos had. But again, this is when you think about Burberry, instead of asking someone, well, why are they paying $300? It's like, and the question to me is like, why is Burberry coming to a kid's game? Because they want to get your kids used to Burberry. So as they grow up and get older, they can start selling their stuff to them. So figure out why they don't just be sitting on the sideline wondering, figure out why they're doing it, invest and make the money with them. That's what I'm like, let's invest and make the money with them. Here's another thing as far as, with Blancos is doing some big partnerships right now. There is one of the things we're going to talk about is going to be the Bored Ape, and you'll see the little Bored Ape video over here to the side. They literally are becoming partners and trying to figure out how do we connect with more and more of these bigger companies. So what does that mean for Blancos? It means the value of Blancos is going to get higher and higher. Again, I am not your financial advisor. I'm just telling you, I am heavily invested in the Blancos game because, again, if I think I asked most of you guys in the doggone chat, like, how many of you actually own Blancos, people, or own some of these other items? I don't think it's a lot of you. So at some point, if there's only 300 of an item or 500 of those items, and you don't have one because you just found out that anything about Blancos, I have some stuff that I'll be putting on the marketplace. So again, you want to be that person that has the items that you can put on the market that you can go back and sell the new people who are coming into the space. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, let's talk about the other thing as far as the art, because I think we are some very, all of us are very gifted people. But again, I think many times when you start thinking about it, most people it's nothing against anybody, but most people don't have money to actually go out and create and get an art gallery. They just like, how do you mean I got to put like the first, the last, a deposit, and the payment is already $5,000 a month. So it's going to cost me $20,000, $30,000, and you got to have some money in reserve in order to, to have some cushion. Most people don't have that type of capital. But the way the metaverse is really going, creating an art gallery, these are literally art galleries. This is the company, the two pictures on the screen. If you can barely see it, I'm going to show you. This is a Nike logo. Nike is down here on the bottom of this. Nike. This is Artifacts, the one that Nike acquired. You literally, if you own these particular things, you can literally go on and create an art gallery in the metaverse. And let me just show you this next screen because I'm getting ahead of myself. And we're going to talk about royalties because I think that's very important when we're talking about the aspect of the art. Here we go, right here. This is one of the things. His name is Micah Johnson. He's one of the big NFTs. He's an artist, one of the big NFT artists that's out there right now. Some of his digital work, literally, these are going to be tips to you as far as if you're an artist and how some of these things work. Micah came on and he's created, like, there's 10 different pictures that they were all $999. And it's a series because he actually also made a movie out of his artwork. So again, you're thinking about being creative. It's like, okay, I can not only create my art, but I also can create a movie with this art, and the money keeps just rolling in and rolling in. So I'm going to show you again as we're going as far as the royalty. So again, these pictures came out at $999. The floor price. This one has 706 editions. The lowest price right now, if you wanted to buy this particular art piece from when we done the slide, is $11,800. There was no limit on how many of these art pieces you could buy. No limit. So Micah made just do the math for, y'all don't be counting Micah's money. Don't be writing to Micah. Micah's not sending you no money. He's not doing those things. But if we counted Micah's money, he sold 706 editions at $1,000 a piece on this particular art piece. This was like edition number 2. So that's what he made out the gate from selling this edition of art. Then over here, you came to coup number 4. He sold 1,000 at $1,000. The lowest price on that art piece, $3,000. $3,000. This is like the straight baller one over here, right here. This is the one that say like you'd be like, when you want to send my money, how many did you buy? The coup chapter number 3, 507 editions at $1,000 a piece. You had like 5 minutes. The window was open for you to buy this in 5 minutes. So in 5 minutes, he made that kind of money on his art. But people who bought it, like I did buy this, so I do own these. $36,000 is the floor price on this art piece. The crazy part is I'm going to show you on the next slide of how this actually could be still even very powerful, because if you're going to count his money, don't count his money again. Don't be writing him. Don't be counting his money. But he sold 507 editions already at $1,000 a piece. And watch this right here, because we're going to talk about the next aspect of art. The royalties. if let's say Micah like, listen, I'm gonna sell y'all my art piece, but if when I sell the art piece, every time you sell it, I need 10%. And here, this is why I say it's so powerful when you start thinking about the art aspect of it, is that when a regular person, if you have a regular art gallery, you take your art, you sell it. I don't care if it's $10,000. Let's say you sell it for $10,000. If it sells for $10,000, now you've been hard at it. You've been getting your name out there. Everybody knows who you are now. Someone else says, well, you know what? They're actually famous now. I'm gonna go ahead and sell this bad boy for $100,000. You don't get no more money at the art gallery. It was like you sold it for 10,000 was what you got. You were happy with that. And the person who got the $100,000 like, hey, it's been a great day. It's nice. You got any more $10,000 pieces of art? Because I'm gonna take the same thing and go sell it for another $100,000. That's the regular way. Now with the NFT aspect, literally, if Micah, like, and I wasn't counting Micah's money, but Micah had sold like 500, and if I sold mine for $36,000, and Micah had his same royalty, Micah also got another $3,600 from the sale it. If somebody bought it at $36,000. So I'll give you the visual here. I actually own this Prince art piece. So this is one of the art pieces. Just say hypothetically here, we'll call Maria. This is Marie. Marie sold this and got $1,000. Okay, Marie's like, hey, cool, this is great. I'm doing this as an NFT. I bought it. I said, you know what? This thing is actually going up a little bit. I think I'm going to sell this for like $5,000. So I think it looks really good. I'm selling $5,000. Marie wakes up in the morning, that pajama money, which we're going to talk about. Marie wakes up in the morning and says, you know what? Somebody sent me $500. I don't even know who they are. Marie don't even care who they are. I'm just going to tell you, Marie don't even care who they are. Marie said, just send me my money every time it buy. It doesn't even matter. The same day, somebody could go back in and sell it. They bought it for $5,000. They could put it back up for sale. The same. I don't care if this is like within 5 minutes. I don't care if it's a minute later. They could come in and put it up for $10,000. They're going to make their $10,000. Cool. That's fine. No problem with that. They made their $10,000. But Marie said, hey, my 10%. Marie look at her wallet again like, oh, somebody just bought it again. I made another $1,000. That is the power of art. When you're in the NFT space and you go on and you say, well, you know what? I had one art piece. I sold it. It's been sold. This could sell for the rest of your life. It does not even matter. You don't even need to know who the people are, because when you're in the NFT space or in the crypto space, it's like a wallet. It's all done on the blockchain. Your art piece has like this blockchain number. If there's a transaction done, that money sent back to your account. Transaction done, that money sent back to your account. I mean, put some dollar signs that would be okay for you to wake up and just be like, in the last 2 minutes, I done made like $1,500 off the art piece that I sold. Oh yeah, okay. So I see some dollar signs. Yeah, everybody's all like, okay, some dollar signs. So again, that is the power of NFTs. So all my artist people, listen, y'all better join us. Y'all better dig in deeper. So, but again, this is again one of the things as far as when you're looking at art. So let me just move on. And so, and I know we talked a little bit about the art gallery aspect of it. Here's the thing: when you're looking at the art gallery. So I showed you the picture. These were the two pictures that I showed you earlier. This is this picture right here, art gallery in the metaverse. This particular picture you see right here, if I own that picture, I could put a QR code on there. And if you happen to, because after I've done my advertising and all those things, and you know that I have artwork, you could literally walk in my art gallery in the metaverse, use your QR scan coder, scan it, and you could buy my art. I wouldn't even know who bought it. All I know is there's been money deposited into my account. That again is as far as, overhead costs, there's not that problem for people anymore. Granted, there's going to take you some initial investment. There's nothing to hide about that, but it's not the high number that we used to look at. So again, in any picture that this particular person had, if they wanted to sell it, put a QR code on that bad boy, you scan it, you transfer the money to them. You don't know who they are. You don't even really care. You'd be like, oh, I guess they might like my art. And then you go if you have more art, you put it on your wall, somebody else buy it. If it gets sold to the next person, just send me my royalty money back, and it can go on for the rest of your life. That money will just keep flowing and keep flowing. So again, this is the metaverse aspect of it when you're looking at the art aspect of it. Here's testimonial, because y'all like, everybody like, okay, well, we see that you have bought some things, but this wasn't me. This is not me. I'm just in the conversation right here. I'm just in the conversation. So again, someone here went on, they bought this particular art piece for $1,101. Went back, this one, oh, this one said they sold it for $2,800. Sold it for $2,800. So now when I went in and we did the before this presentation, the average floor price today, although they sold it at $2,800, the lowest price available right now is $5,000. If you want this art piece, it's $5,000. No one cares. And the artist is like, they paid it for $2,800, send my royalty. Somebody else want to sell it for $5,000, send my royalty. That is how it works. And if you own this particular art piece, this is one of the ones I own. If I own this art piece, I literally could go in today and say, I'll just take the lowest offer. I don't want to wait for this piece to get to $5,000 because it might take it another week to sell. If I really need the capital right now, go click the button and take $3,450. That's the highest active offer that someone who else, I don't even know who they are, has put on this particular art piece. So I can literally go in and take $3,450 for an art piece that I bought for $1,111. Okay, so again, so here, that's one of the testimonials. Another person went on as far as buying this particular art piece for $777, sold it for $2,550. The one big thing that, then the reason why I put this one on here is to just try to give you some more ideas as far as some things that how you can do things in the art aspect is this is for this particular art piece gives you access to, they're going to have a castle party. A lot of celebrities are supposed to be coming in, big music people are going to be coming in, but you can't attend this castle party unless you have this art piece. That's the way it works. They created a utility for this particular NFT to say, hey, you know what? If you want to come to my particular event, you have to own this art piece. Or if you're like, well, I don't even care about that part of it, I just want to make some money, let me go ahead and just sell this bad boy, you could go in and sell it. So just want to show you as far as there's other ways as far as how you could go on, do some of the art things, and then you can also use them for events if you had events. Another one. So this was back in March. It says, wake up to see one of my private one-on-one students being $4,000 in profit in 24 hours. This is a Facebook post. So if you want, you can always go back to my Facebook post and look at it. It's like, that's what they said. It says, and it started to get addicted to these NFTs. So I'll be like, I know I'll be creating some NFT addicts. I'm sorry. Listen, if you with me, you were running with me, I'll be hollering. I'll be like, let's go. So I'm sorry. No, I'm supposed to be doing a presentation, but I do holler because it's exciting because, you know, it's one of those things when you're, I don't want to be the only person winning. There's enough money for everybody. That's why when I was telling you now, I was like, listen, I can't just keep doing this by myself. I need to show some people that there's opportunity in this space. Yeah, I could be selfish and be like, well, listen, I'm just gonna keep getting mine and I can come back and show you it like in 6 months or a year. And it's like, why? It doesn't make any sense. There's too much money for too many people to make. I can't stop you from making money in this space. You have to, but again, you do have to go on and know what you're doing. All right, so that was again, another $4,000. Another example right here, bought this for $4,444. March the 5th. Okay, go back if you want to look at it. It's on the blockchain. The blockchain does not lie. I always tell people this. When you're in the NFT space, if you say you own something, you better own something because people can literally go back and look at your wallet and be like, you lie, you don't even own that. So don't be out here if you're like new and you're like, well, listen, I actually own all of these items. They can be like, what's your name? if you want to give your name, like, what's your name? They'll be like, this is my name. They're like, I don't see none of that in your wallet. And I understand that there's security features as far as, you know, keeping your things on different devices and stuff like that. I understand people don't keep all their stuff out there. I totally understand that. But some of this stuff, don't be out there lying. I promise you, people will call you out on Twitter at a hot second. You'd be like, all right, well, how do I get away? There's no way to get away. But again, this is particular art piece, March the 5th. This particular person came on, bought this art piece on March the 5th for $4,444. March the 16th, okay, March the 16th, sold it for $21,900. So after the artist, again, got their percentage, and then the site got their percentage, they ended up with $18,614.70. And it says, couldn't wait any longer. Sold my best nifty investment. It's, again, it's a scenario where you be asking people will be like, do I sell it? Do I sell it at 20,000? And you be like, if you don't take your money, but it's hard. It's literally it's hard. Be like, do I take $20,000 like right now? I remember talking to this, I was like, listen, you might need to go and take the money because there's some scenarios where it's like, if it helps you to get to the next spot that you need to get to, you might need to sell it. So again, he paid $4,440 and sold it for $21,900. Okay, that is the power when you're looking at art. Let's talk about the pajama money, but I'm gonna get a drink of water real quick because I know I've been talking. I've been like, I'm trying to slow down because everybody say I am from California and I do talk fast. So I'm really literally trying to slow down. I promise you, I'm trying to slow down. All righty. Somebody asked, is it everything? Shoot, depending on where you buy that, yeah, stuff is taxable. That's why I do telling people like, listen, you're trying to do flips. Flips cost money to do flips. You better include the tax part of what something flip. If you want to flip, you'll see my sister Jessica and I, we're really into this thing because again, we know that we're very early on. We know a lot of the things that we've invested in, it's long-term plays. It's like, this is that. If I didn't even tell you, Dr. Boyce, when we were on our interviews the other day, I'm a fishaholic. I love to fish all day, every day, all night, any day of the week. I will fish. I love fishing. And so this is that fishing money that you're trying to give, like, where are we going to fish at in the world today? So it is a beautiful thing. But let's go on to talk about the pajama money. This is, again, the Bored Ape Project. You know, one of the ones I told you that I own one of the Bored Apes. But this is the Bored Ape Project. And you probably look at like, this is an ape. What are you supposed to do with it? It's like, okay, and it's a JPEG, it's a picture. But there was so much opportunity when you look, when I show you the numbers, you can be like, people paid that for that. I'm like, yeah, they paid that for that. These originally, when you think about it, they came out, the price of these were probably a couple $100, the most, like, let's say $700. Some people bought in at $1,500. Some people bought in at $2,000. Okay, so when I looked at it, I remember talking to my sister Jessica, we were like, okay, do I want to buy a Bored Ape? I was like, I'll like, because the thing about it was when we first started looking at the Bored Ape, we're like, the excitement was, this was literally the excitement in the whole world and in all the Twitters and all the things was that, you see a little bathroom right here? The excitement is that if you owned a Bored Ape, you actually got to go into the bathroom and write graffiti on the wall. And I'm thinking, this is like what we used to do in third grade, trying to figure out like, okay, I get to go in there and see if the teacher, make sure the teacher don't catch me so I can write something on the wall. That was the excitement of what most people, and now granted they have utilities and all those different things that they're trying to do with it right now. I get that aspect, but the time when I was really looking, I was like, I don't know about buying this Bored Ape, and why would I buy a Bored Ape to go be excited about going to write on the doggone wall in the bathroom? I'm so glad I bought the Bored Ape. I can tell you it's like one of the best investments that I have. But at the time it was like, it didn't make any sense. And you're going to find the same thing when you're buying NFT. You're like, this don't make any sense, but it does make money. So that it don't make sense, but it makes money. So again, this again is one of the Bored Ape projects. They are, again, one of the top NFT projects that are out there right now. Recently, also they've gotten the CryptoPunks and the Meebits, which is another two of the big projects that are out there. So okay, so that's a little bit about the Bored Apes. Okay, when you look at it in a sense, as far as you're like, most people are like, who's buying? Which celebrities are buying? Are there any celebrities that are out there buying any of these things? Oh yeah. Here's the thing. Again, remember, I told you when these Bored Apes originally came out, they were several $100s. Celebrities right now literally are coming in and paying $500,000, $300,000, $1 million for the Bored Apes. It may look crazy to you and you may not understand it. And you don't probably need to understand some of the things you're buying, but you need to do some research. I'm not saying don't care. But Bored Apes are literally selling for that kind of money. You know, Serena Williams, she owns a Bored Ape. You know, Eminem, they own Bored Apes. They're the World of Women, another one of the big projects that's out there right now that's supporting women and what they're doing within the space. So these, again, celebrities that are in the NFT space. Here's a few more. You got Jimmy Fallon, Steph Curry, Snoop Dogg, Kevin Hart. Do you see that they all own Bored Apes? All these celebrities. I think Steph, when I looked at it, I thought Steph paid like $160 for his. Now, granted, some of the professionals, I'm just going to say it, some of the professionals who are getting some of the Bored Apes and stuff, they're doing sponsorships. People have either sponsored them to get a Bored Ape or whatever. I'm like, who want to give me like a $300,000 item? I'm like, this isn't going to be obvious, but you can want to sponsor, send it to me. But a lot of them, you know, they have gone on and they bought some of these particular NFTs for 6 figures and higher. That's what the Bored Apes are currently going for. But again, many things that you don't think about with the Bored Apes, these Bored Apes can get a job. You don't even know that. But if you're new, you don't even have a clue. You're like, get a job. Yeah, the Bored Ape can join a band. The Bored Ape can plan a movie. The Bored Ape can model clothes. Those are things that the Bored Ape can do. And so it does not make sense. I get it. But again, it makes money. So that's why you'll see a lot of the professionals and actors who are going out and getting these different Bored Apes. It's literally because, like I always say, anything in my wallet will have a job. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It will have a job, and it needs a job. It needs to be able to go out and make money. All right. And as I said earlier, guess who else on the Bored Ape? That's my Bored Ape right there. So those of you who don't think that I own the board, this is actually my Bored Ape. I have one too, just like some of the professionals and some of the actors. Again, this Bored Ape will have a job. He will go to work somewhere for somebody every day. They don't even want to take breaks. They work like 24/7. All I just want to say is just send my money every month. If he at work for the month, send the money for the month. If he at work for the week, send the money for the week. So you get to determine where your particular items go to work. So pajama money, when you talk about the pajama money, this is a pajama money that I'm talking about. Here, I'll show you currently the floor price, the lowest price right now on the Bored Apes is $305,000. When I looked at it, and I think when I looked before we came on, this was already done. I couldn't update the presentation. I think the Bored Apes are at $320,000 now. That is the absolute lowest price. If you want to be in the Bored Ape family, it's $320,000. But here, I'm going to show you, because everybody be like, well, nobody have $320,000 to get into a Bored Ape. Oh, that's fine. I get it. This is why I told Chanel, listen, we can't keep waiting. I bought this May 14th, 2021. $1,326.86. This has not even been a year. May 14th, 2021, $1,326. And you probably, yeah, I know some of y'all over there talking like, yeah, you ain't sold it. Me and my husband have a joke. He'd be like, whenever we be laughing and we're going on, he'd be like, listen, sell the Bored Ape. I'm like, baby, listen. Anything in the wallet can be sold. Let's not sell the Bored Ape, baby. Don't listen. We don't need to sell the Bored Ape. So he'd be like, no, sell the Bored Ape. I said, no, hold it, baby. So let me show you why I say, I know, don't get me wrong, $305,000 is, I'm not saying that is not any money. Don't take it the wrong way if you hear me talking about it. But again, you do get commercial rights with this particular Bored Ape. Here's why. Remember, I paid $1,300 for this particular Bored Ape. Okay. Bored Ape today, $305,000 when I've done it. So it's really $320,000. Here's what I'm talking about when I talk about airdrops. Because everybody's like, what are even airdrops? What is so big about airdrops? Airdrops is like, because you're maybe with a particular company, they may go on and say, you know what, we appreciate you being the owner of a particular item that you've been with us for some time. You're a royalty type company. You're VIP. We're going to give you something for free for owning this particular item. So the Bored Ape people said, you know what? And when the Bored Ape first came out, they were like, well, listen, the Bored Ape, we've done the Bored Ape, but the Bored Ape is lonely. So we're going to give you an airdrop. I was like, yeah, we'll give you an airdrop. I was like, what airdrop are you going to give us? They gave an airdrop, first airdrop right here. Free dog. It's like a free dog. We're like, let me give you a free dog because we don't want the Bored Ape to be lonely by himself. Like, I'm so glad he's not lonely. After that, maybe another month or two later, it could have been even 3 months. I don't remember. It was this has all happened since May. Everything you see on screen has happened since May of last year from when I've been into this particular project. They said, you know what? We got another thing that we need to probably just give you as an airdrop. We're going to give you the Mutant Ape. Okay. So the Mutant Ape, we just like, let me give you another airdrop. So Mutant Ape, the floor is $65,000. So remember, this is all I had. You know, I'm literally sitting there and my husband like, sell the Bored Ape. I'm like, baby, listen. We don't need to sell the Bored Ape. What we do is, instead of selling the Bored Ape, if we need some capital, sell the airdrops. I tell people many times, I'm like, listen, sometimes when you have fantastic items, you don't sell the item. You sell the airdrops. If you need the capital, sell your airdrop. Because again, guess what? Just this past weekend, literally like this past weekend. And if y'all don't believe it, go to apecoin.com. If you want to go to ApeCoin and see what they just gave us for, if you own the Bored Ape and you own the dog, let's just look at the scenario here. if you only own the Bored Ape. This past weekend, they gave you an airdrop for over $130,000. An airdrop. Can I get some dollar signs in the chat? Because somebody put some dollar signs in the chat. If you think you'll be like, okay, well, like, you know what, y'all gonna give me an airdrop, and this is the airdrop of if the coin only stays at $13. This is not even the amount. If you're looking at the 130,000, this is not, if you got some more coins if you own this item. You even got some more coins if you own this item. So this number, I'm not going to help you calculate everything because I can't remember how many I got, but you can see that number would instantly be even higher because you got additional items to where you got, maybe it's another 2,000, another 3,000 of those particular coins. So again, an airdrop again is one of those things as far as if you own that particular item, this is something that is a reward for them saying you being with them, let me give you this as an airdrop. That's an airdrop. It's something that you get in, you can go on and you can claim it. So as this particular thing, when you start looking at it, because I'm still trying to tell my husband, like, baby, listen, don't sell it. We don't need to sell the Bored Ape. We don't need to sell the Bored Ape. This is, again, as far as when you're looking at investing in even the crypto aspect. If this coin happens to do like some of the other coins and goes to $20 or $100 a coin, that could end up being a multi-million-dollar airdrop that you would end up getting just in coins for owning the Bored Ape. So again, don't sleep on airdrops. They are like the best. You'd be like, what do you want to send me next? That's what you're gonna literally be saying. So let me move on to the next slide, because I know y'all are excited like the airdrop. I'm gonna ask y'all a couple questions as far as, here's the thing. I'm gonna, like, if some of you guys may or may not know, but we're gonna play a little game right here. It says, which one is worth more? One of these dogs on the screen, one of the dogs is going to be worth 104,000. So remember, when they give you the airdrop, when I showed you the screen earlier, it said the airdrop was $25,000. But there's different variations of the dog. One of the dogs could be rare. It might only be there might only be, let's say, 20 of those dogs. There might be 1,000 of this dog. There might be 500 of this dog, and there could be whatever the numbers is. Some items, again, when I told you about the NFTs, some are like rare. All right, so right here, who thinks dog number one is worth $104,000? If you think dog number one is worth $104,000, put a dog one in there. Put a number one. If you think dog number two is worth $100,000, put dog number two. All right, if you think dog number three is worth the $100,000, put dog number three. I'm looking at y'all chat. I'm trying to see. All right, here we go. Let's see here. I see a lot of number twos. All right, here we go. Look at here. Look at here. The question I got to ask you is, did you sell too cheap? Did you sell yours too cheap? So here's the thing. If you're like most people who are new, you'd be like, listen, they just sent me an airdrop. The airdrop was worth $25,000. They said they just sent me a $25,000 airdrop. But because you didn't have any education as far as knowing how to research the information, you put it up and you was like, yes, I'm putting it up for $25,000. I'm taking my money and I'm out of here. What'll happen is somebody who know what they're doing, buy it for $25,000. And then they put it right back up for $105,000. And now the rest of your day is shot because you're like, I lost $75,000. I've seen it happen time and time again. They're just, if you don't know what you're doing in the NFT space, it happens. You sell the rare item. And again, this is because of the color of this particular dog. The skin, the coat, fur coat color. It's the gold dog. It's one of the ones that's like, this is the rarest one. There may only be 10 of these or 20 of these. It's worth more money. Okay, so again, get educated especially if you're going to be buying NFTs. Know what you are doing before you start selling your stuff. I do not like to buy everybody's stuff, but sometimes these things come on and people who know what they're doing, they'll see it and they instantly buy it. It is like, it's no sugarcoat. It's like, oh, I see that thing. Let me buy that right now. And they'll buy it and put it like right back up Like you by the time it's listed and it's on the blockchain, you'll see there that it was bought and sold, and then it's back up for sale instantly. So again, make sure you know what you're doing if you are getting some of these items. All right, let's go. Let's keep moving. I know we're moving. I'm trying to still to load up, but I know we got a few more slides to get to. All right, here's some more pajama money. Some more pajama money. Here's a particular project called the Space Strip. Again, artifacts. Again, Nike acquired. Again, when we gonna get another airdrop? That's all I want to know. But I'm gonna show you the airdrop they gave me. So I can't even complain. I shouldn't even have said that. Because when you see the next one, you can be like, this makes no sense. And why are we gonna be waiting another 6 months to get invested and start this thing and to start my training? And how do you're gonna be like, how do I buy today? How do I sign up? Let me just show you. So here again, I bought these particular items here. This is one bought this on May 17th, bought this on May 15th. The one of them I spent $1,500 for. The other one I spent $1,200 for. So again, things are going to fluctuate up and down. This could have been a time of the year when things were red in the market. And so for me, I knew that things would still go back up. I know some people who I even told to buy some of these items and they bought them for $900. But today, like right now today, remember I bought it back in May timeframe. The floor price is $25,000. Now, if you have some of the other ones, each one of these have different artists who they're made after, designed after. Some of the other ones are selling for even higher than $25,000. Some of them are like literally like $40,000 or $50,000. Back in December, these were easily $55,000. $55,000 for the same item that you bought for $1,200 in May. The one that you bought for $1,500 in May, they were worth $50,000. If you wanted to take your money, it's like, you know what? It's been nice. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of this project. Give me my $50,000. You could have taken $50,000. You can go back and look at that on the blockchain. So again, I didn't take money, but let me just show you why I didn't take the money. Some things you didn't know. Okay, so again, let's look at this picture here. We were talking about the generational wealth. So this is my family. This is like literally my brothers and sisters. This is like our tree. This is like what we like. This is I do own the ones on the outside, but many of my family members own some of the ones on the inside. We are into the Clonex, artifacts, Nike people, because again, they are doing some big things. Okay, so here's the thing. Remember, I paid $1,500 for this particular item. Okay, so I came here, I bought this for $1,500. When I bought this for $1,500, it allowed me to buy 3 of these items for $300 each. So no matter how many of these I owned, every one that I own, I was able to go on and buy 3 of these items. So I bought one here, here, here. So I don't have all my other ones out on here. They're somewhere on the screen. But so let's say I bought 3. Okay. Currently today, like right now, the lowest price, $40,000. $40,000. That's for remember how I showed you with the dogs? That's for the basic ones. These are rare. So there is a different number altogether, but we're just going to use the hypothetical of the $40,000 of what these are worth right now. Literally, when I say again about the generational wealth, my family, brothers and sisters, all of us, we own over 35 of these Clonexes. We have done very well. We have been very blessed, and we will continue to invest in this particular project because of what they're doing for us and our family. We will be like, and people like you grandkids come up like, well, you might be going, my great grandma bought this stuff. Yeah, that's the people we want to be on the mantle. So I'm telling him like, listen, that's where we want to be at, baby. We're on our way. Let's go. So and another thing you have to think about, when you're looking at some of these projects, it's not even just that you were able to buy these, but each one of these things that you were able to go on and buy, they came with a $1 million license agreement. You could literally go on, besides this one is a Murakami one, and this one's a Murakami. And this is a Murakami. So these came with a different type of license. There's certain things you can and cannot do with this particular one. Not trying to go into detail of that too much, but if you had just a basic one, you could literally make $1 million by creating different things, whether they wanted to go into a movie, if you wanted them to advertise, any of those different things you could literally do and make up to $1 million from buying this particular NFT at $300 a piece. Okay, so again, my family, we are trust me, we creating some stuff because it's like, listen, everybody got to have a job. Everybody got to bring some money back home every single day. So this, again, we're talking about generational wealth. Here you go. Some more pajama money. So remember this item right here we talked about? $1,500, already worth $25,000. Here we go. Talk about airdrops. Here we go. Some more airdrops. You remember we talked about the airdrops with the Bored Apes? Now the Clonex people want to give you airdrops. So remember, you paid. This is, let's say this was December of 2021. So what? We're in March. December 2021. Buy these items for $300. They're worth 40,000. I think they might be worth 45. Let's say 40,000. They're the lowest price is $40,000. We're just going to use $40,000 from December. They gave you this airdrop first. This was $4,000. They were as high as 10,000. I think they might even been higher than that. So again, your stuff is going to fluctuate up and down. So if you're like, hey, I'm trying to get in and make your money, do whatever you need to do, that's fine. I have bigger things of what I'm doing with my NFTs. So again, this one here, again, you made 4,000, you can make $4,000. They gave you another airdrop. Like, you know what, we really, really, really appreciate you being here, being committed to us. They gave you another airdrop for $2,000. Then they said, you know what, let me give you another airdrop. And this one actually has a Nike logo on it. Let me give you another airdrop, an $18,000 airdrop. So you got this airdrop, not just for this one, you got it for your other one, and you got it for your other one. So if we just went off of the basic numbers, off of just the three right here, and I know y'all calculating, y'all like, you already said you had 6. So right here, if you literally look at this right here, today at the lowest price, if these were all only worth $40,000 each, and you needed to cash out today, you could literally go get $192,000. I mean, obviously you're going to minus some of the little fees and whatever you got, but $192,000 for something, again, that you bought for $300, $300, and $300 in December of 2021. I mean, if y'all okay with that, y'all can put some dollar signs in the chat. I know everybody be happy for everybody. Somebody say like pajama money. That's the pajama money. You be like, whoa, what did they did that? Yeah, they did that. Okay, so again, I know everyone's like, well, yeah, you're doing, again, everybody thinking like, well, now they're $40,000. Yes, they're $40,000. You didn't know about NFTs. So you couldn't take advantage to buy them, or you couldn't take advantage to buy this item at $1,200, $1,500 to now get these items worth $192,000, not with less than a year's time. You didn't know. You know now, and so now we got to help you figure out what new projects that you need to get in that are going to be the lower projects to get into. So that's where we come in as far as helping. So here we go. And you look at this, another post. I said on this one, I said, another blessed morning. Clonex is on fire. I was like, it's on fire. Today, it was like literally on fire. I said, I don't know who told you you could afford to wait until next year to get in NFTs, but you can't. That was January the 31st. This particular person, one of the people in the group was buying, they were like, listen, I need to buy a Clonex. I know it's going to cost me some money. I missed the $300 opportunity. And I was like, and I always tell everybody, listen, you gotta make a decision. I'm not your financial advisor of when you're gonna buy or what you're gonna buy, and I can tell you all what I think about it, but you still have to make your own decision. $30,000 is what they paid January the 28th. January the 31st, it was worth $47,000. That is how fast NFTs can go. Again, they can definitely go up. They also can come down because they were there, even the regular market, because there were so many things. The regular market and things that happen in the world can also affect everything in the world. So crypto will go up, it will go down. Again, you figure out when you want to take your money. If you take, like I said, if you say, hey, 47, I can take my money, I'm going to take my 17,000 in 3 days, I'm good. By all means, you take your money. But again, this particular item, again, came with several airdrops. And so this is the power, again, of how you go on and you look at some of these things and say, wow, this is amazing of how these are going. I said, well, I said, here's another student. I said, one of our group members was able to pick up 10 of these. They literally had bought 10 of these at the time. They bought these. They bought 10 of them at 0.5. I can't, it was about $1,500. I said, today they are 11,000. I said, I told you I'll be hollering. I'll be like, let's go. I'll be like, I'll be screaming. So when y'all come to class, if y'all hear me excited, that means that somebody has bought a great NFT and they actually possibly even sold the NFT. I celebrate for everybody. I'll be like, it don't matter. I don't care. As long as we all winning, we're all winning. And I'm good with that. And so again, at this one, I was telling you the high price at this particular time, and this was February, the high on those same ones that I showed you a little earlier was $11,000 each. They literally spent, let's say $15,000, and they literally could have taken $111,000 back. That's crazy, that fast. And so again, knowing which project to get into definitely makes a difference if you're going to be investing in this particular thing. I normally tell people, I was like, listen, they paid less than $300 in 2021 or $40,000 in 2022. You're literally like one avatar away. That's my thing. I'm like, you're one avatar away. You're one JPEG away from being able to make thousands of dollars. And you're literally that close when it comes to being in the NFT space and making some money. And let's move on. I know I'm like, woo, let me get next thing. Let's talk about the metaverse, because everybody's like, metaverse. You hear Facebook talking about metaverse. I'm like, metaverse, money. You like money. So metaverse, you're thinking like, are people literally coming on and buying metaverse stuff? Are they literally coming out here and buying this stuff? I think if somebody paid like $4.3 million on metaverse land, I think somebody might be interested. Somebody might know something that you might not know. I literally, when I first started investing into this particular game, like I said, you'll see the little picture here. This is Sandbox. I started looking, and this little hat dude right here. I know this might be small, but this little hat dude, I started looking like, why is he buying all this stuff over here? I mean, he had land like everywhere on the map. I said, what is he doing? I said, well, I don't know what he's doing, but I'm about to start buying with him. So I literally started buying Sandbox land. Me and my sister Jessica, we were like, listen, these lands are like couple $100. There's some of them, like I said, I literally tell my husband, I was like, baby, listen, I know this don't make no sense because it's a metaverse. And I know you don't really even know about this crazy metaverse stuff and this virtual land over here. I said, but I need to spend probably like $5,000 to $10,000 on some metaverse land. And he was like, on what? Granted, my husband really trusts me. He was like, okay, baby, if you say, I know you've done your research. I was like, listen, me and Jessica have really looked at this. We are in agreements on this. My sister Jessica, like, if y'all don't know my sister Jessica, she's like on fight. We're in agreement on this. This is like a great buy. This is probably never be this low again. Yeah, he let me buy it, but that my baby happy now because that same land that came out at that particular price between $5,000 to $10,000. It's probably easily worth $500,000 today, less than a year's time. So again, when you're looking at some of these things, when you're looking at these different things in the metaverse, and you're thinking, are people really buying these things? Let me just show you. So y'all don't let me give you some ideas. I don't know if y'all can see this. This is the Black Business School logo. I put this on the slide just to show y'all the opportunities of what you can do within the metaverse. You know, if you wanted to advertise your business, if you wanted to do something, I put the logo on there so y'all can see what if you had your own business logo, what it would look like on the screen. So this is the Black Business School logo down here at the bottom. So let me show you some things as far as if you want to be some of the things as far as making some of this money, even within the metaverse, because you literally can make money, you know, whether you're doing rent. You see the people they say for rent. It's like literally for rent, like just like you would rent a regular house, you can rent regular land in the metaverse. I have regular rentals in real life, like regular Airbnbs, regular rentals. I have them. I'd be like, listen, this metaverse money, I tell my husband, like, listen, I don't even need to buy no, I love real estate. I will still buy some real estate because I have some other ideas of what I want to do. But this money right here with the metaverse, I don't get no cost from no tenants. I don't have to fix no toilets. I don't have to do no roofs. I don't have to do no air conditioning. None of those things. I don't have to do any of those things. And they still pay me rent. And it's done on the blockchain. And if they don't pay on the blockchain, you don't get to rent my land no more. I don't have to evict you at all. It's like the best, the easiest landlord spot that I've ever found. So I'm like, yeah, I'll buy the metaverse. I'm a real estate broker. And I'll be like, oh Lord, I'm going to go ahead and buy me some more land in the metaverse. I mean, the people are like, you buying that deal? I'm like, no, I got some land in the metaverse though. That stuff is like on fire right now. So again, you'll see here on this particular land, like you can put your ad, you can put your ad here. People are literally like this, like the ads in the regular world. You see down here on the screen, you do the same thing. They can put ads here, right here. You see the Smurfs. So again, here's one of my lands that you'll see right here. I have an arrow on. I can literally put for people to visit my site. So if I wanted people that were happen to be looking this thing, the land on the sandbox, they could literally go to, I could put a link on there and they could go to my website. I could sell things to them. That is the power of when you're looking at the metaverse. If you want to do a concert, you could do those things. You have team meetings, you could do those things. If you wanted to create an experience or a game, you could do those things within the metaverse. It is, again, some of the best money when you're looking at investing into the metaverse. Here's one of the people that I've helped. They were literally, they said, just sold one of my lots for almost 4 ETH. Just wanted to shout out Tiala. I was like, oh, cool. I'm glad the other people are buying. Because I actually, you know, my sister, like to Jessica, we were literally like sending stuff. Our family would be like, well, should I buy this? And I'm like, here's a link. I know some other people, I was like, here, go buy this 3x3, which is like 9 pieces of property. Like, here's a link. Let's send them the link. Because I literally was thinking like I should buy them all. And I was like, you know, you got to share some of the good things that you do definitely find. So we've helped a lot of people in regards to buying metaverse land. So again, if you hypothetically look at this particular land, could have possibly cost them a couple $100, 3 ETH at today's price right now. If it, let's say it's $3,000, is that like $12,000 for a couple $100 investment? So, and there's more land that's always continuously coming out if you want to buy metaverse land. Most people be looking like, but this is a scam. Ain't nobody buying no metaverse land. The people never ever do this. Okay, this is the blockchain. This is what I told y'all a little earlier about why you can't be lying to say you like own something in the metaverse, because see the names right here, the addresses, or this is like, this says it's 3827. They sold it to this person 3 hours ago. So I just put some errors. I think I did a screenshot of this on Facebook. This was on February the 9th of 2022. February the 9th. This person sold it to this person. This person, actually, I mean, just stop at the top. This person right here paid $137,686.25. Yeah, not just once, but you start calculating, he spent over $1 million, like all in all of these back to back transactions, 42.5 ETH, $137,000. And people think that this is a scam. Nah, y'all better stop playing. I'm telling you, you better stop playing, because again, this is what's going on. There are people who are definitely looking to buy metaverse land. Why are companies going on and putting their logos and stuff in metaverse land? There's a lot to it. There's a lot more to it, but I just wanted to show you, because most of y'all be like, well, nobody's even buying this land. They are. They literally are. This was 9 pieces of land, a little square on that map that I was showing you, the little bitty square of 9 pieces of property. They paid $137,000 for it. That's the power of the metaverse. And that's the power of investing in some of the metaverse very, very early on. All right, another thing, as far as when you're talking about the sandbox game. So the person that the screen previously, I showed you as far as what they went on and how they went on and bought some of the land. If you are a coder, there's a whole nother avenue for you to be able to go on and create and make money. There's no coding. You don't even like, listen, because I'm not the techiest person. I'd be like, I couldn't remember put all that XYZ ... back. I can't do all that. And I got to remember to coordinate that one with the next one down below and the next one. Nah, that's not my gift. I know there are some of you that are gifted. I commend you. I appreciate you, because I need you. Matter of fact, I need you. I'm gonna talk to the camera. I need you. I own some metaverse land in the sandbox game, and I need someone to create some games. But it is funny because I tell people all the time, it's like, I do own land here, but there are people who are literally making money by going on. Maybe they don't own land, but they're going on and they're creating games for people who do own land, like myself. And they go back and sell the games or the experiences to them. So again, this is a whole nother avenue of where you can go on, where you can make some more money as far as being a developer. Again, it's no coding. It takes time. It takes your time to go in and learn this, but you become a good game coder or game developer here, you will make a ton of money, because there's opportunity as far as maybe, like, again, maybe you don't own the land, but you find someone who owns the land, you figure out how to do a partnership. I'm about trying to figure out how to, hey, how do we partner and make this bad boy, we both make money, everybody happy. So if everybody happy about, if you could be partner, like I said, I'm not telling you partner with everybody, because I believe in partnering, knowing your partner and stuff like that. But if you had to go on and partner with somebody to, let's just say everybody could make 100 to $1 million, 100,000 to $1 million, put some dollar signs in the chat if y'all would both be okay with that. And both of you were excited about doing that. So put some dollar signs in the chat if you would be okay with that. Okay, so I see a few. Okay, I see way more of you now. All right, good stuff. Okay, so again, this is the sandbox game, and if you're looking as far as being able to go on and develop, this is another way of being able to make some additional money. All right, let's go on and keep on talking about this NFT strategy. One of the things that I definitely see, one of the biggest problems, you know, when Jessica and I are doing training, we're trying to figure out, man, all these new beginners, they want to jump into everything. And first of all, you're like, you don't even know where to start, because most people are like, I don't even know where to start. All this craziness, this is just too much information. Where do I even start at? At the end, we're going to do an offer. That's the first place you should probably be starting. So let me just tell you that part. So again, most new people they're literally just unsure of how to start. They don't even know. It's like, you don't even know which project to get into, because like there are so many different versions of maybe the Bored Ape. You like, well, I thought I bought a Bored Ape. Somebody told me I was buying a Bored Ape, but it was like on a different platform. It's like, it ain't even a real Bored Ape. So you knowing which projects to buy that might be the real project versus buying something that someone else put out that's a fake project, it's a big thing to know. You know, the next problem that we always see with some of the beginners is they have no idea how to store their NFTs or how to secure their NFTs. They're just, and furthermore, when I showed you the dog example, some of y'all was like, dog number one, I'm not sure. They just put any dog. But if you don't know the value of your dog, you can lose a lot of money. So again, that one of the things, and most importantly, just buying into the wrong projects are definitely some of the things that we definitely see with some of the new people. So again, we're here to try to solve some of those things for you guys with some of the things we're going to be doing. And then, you know, in the training, you know, we're going to be doing for the masterclass, and that, you know, one of the things we're definitely going to be doing is teaching you about the script, you know, teaching you guys as far as how do you go on and search these things. And if you're a creator, how do you create it, and going on to just creating anything or creating a plan for what you want to do? Because again, your scenario might be different than mine. You might be a flipper. You might say, I need capital now. Okay, so that means you might have to be a flipper. So you have to go on and create a plan, and then definitely being able to review things. You got to know how to invest. You definitely need to prepare, because I'm going to tell you, you mess around, you miss some of the good drops because you're not prepared. We'll make sure we cover some of those things with you. And then most importantly, we don't need you on the sideline for another 6 months. We need you to start taking some action. We're like, okay, let's get you in, get you educated, and then you need to start taking some action. So again, we'll definitely be going more into depth, each one of these scenarios, as far as, you know, using the script method within the masterclass. All right, here's another. Someone else that said, this is one of the best systems, easy to follow and understand. So again, I'm not the person saying it, is someone else who posted. So if you'd like to go on and read some of those, definitely, again, it's going to be very, very good in regards to that. Dr. Boyce and I were talking about this a little earlier. It's like, we talking about the internet. So 30 years ago, you'd be like, man, I missed the internet boom. I missed all buying the stocks. I missed. Don't be the person who missed. I mean, there's too many opportunities for you not to have to be the person to say, I missed that. You know, if you're going to have your plan 2022 to 2025, or whatever that number is going to be, to see the opportunity that you're going to have as far as being able to go in and make some of the money, it's going to be fantastic. But again, you need to be educated. There is no sugarcoated of saying that, hey, some people are like, well, I'm going to do it by myself. Okay. But I do have some shortcuts. If you'd like to know my shortcuts, just I think we could, even myself, just like, my team would probably be able to give you some shortcuts that could help decrease your time. But I understand we're gonna always have people be like, well, I'm just gonna go try by all means. But we will see you, and we will be posting about our success time and time again. And again, it will not just be us, but it will be a lot of members, you know, who are going to be with us. We will be posting and exciting and using the examples in the next webinar. So again, this is again, as far as that NFT Mastermind, let's just talk about some of the things that's going to be going on in there. Okay, some of the things that you're going to get, as far as joining the mastermind, some of the resources. Again, even understanding the terminology, mindset is going to be a big thing. If literally, I could literally stop right here and not click this doggone screen anymore and say, if I could just help you figure out some of the people to follow on Twitter, some of the sites to go use, some of the tools that you'll need to go on and buy, that by itself is a shortcut. And most importantly, showing you how to research, how to figure out how to market yourself. If you were someone who wants to create, that by itself is a $5,000 value. Okay, that literally by itself. It's not the price that we charge, but it's a $5,000 value. And that's probably too low. I could literally put a $5,000 value on Twitter and sites and say, hey, you know what? That's all you need. And tools, we ain't going to talk about the price of what tools cost. Because I've literally gone on and I tell people who are with us, like, listen, let me go on. I'll go check out the tool. I'll even pay the money to figure out the tool is going to work like we want it to work. I'll go sacrifice and do that. But if it's a tool that works, everybody needs to use this tool. After I've gone on and tested, I'll be like my son, Miles, who's on with us also. I'll be like, Miles, I need you to go check this tool out, or Jessica, I need you to check this tool out. Let's see if this tool works. If it's going to give us better pricing and figure out how to get us in more drops, let's pay for the tool and let's get the thing so that everybody can win. So again, that by itself, that's that. A little earlier, I showed you the example as far as people going on, not just me making money, but there's other people who are going on and making money within this space. This is another, again, the testimony that I showed you a little earlier. Okay. We're going to be doing weekly training. So you'll get weekly training, come in literally and say, I got a question. If I just stop like right there, because I don't think there's any other places where you can go on and be like, ask the people who are in the space, I got a question. Can you answer my question? You normally gotta go like, I gotta get to this person to get to that person to possibly get to that person, but then they're gonna answer your question before you got to that person. So you're gonna get to ask us some questions. You're gonna get to hear what we're talking about as far as, these are what we're looking at. This is what we're thinking we might consider buying. Not that you have to buy everything that we're talking about buying. If the weekly training would be in pretty good, put some dollar signs in the chat. If that would be good for you, but like, hey, I could actually get some questions answered. If you could put some dollar sign in chat, if that actually would be okay with you. Okay, so I see some of y'all were like, that might be okay if you could at least ask a few questions. So again, that part of it, we're going to definitely cover, in regards to the metaverse. I think that's going to be one of the things as far as where many people can go on and get some information as far as, how do you invest in some of these metaverse places to where they're not 10,000, like it's literally Sandbox right now. For some of the ones that we were able to go on and buy, I think the floor on Sandbox, if you just got a 1-by-1 piece of land, is $8,000 to $10,000 for the same things that we were buying for $1,000. They weren't even $1,000 for the same things we were buying for a couple of $100s and sometimes even right at $100. Okay, they have jumped up that high. So how do we go on and find more of those projects that people can get into now to be able to make some things. Okay, and then we'll definitely do more in depth as far as how to use some of these play to earn sites. Definitely talk about music, because I couldn't go over like all the stuff on the slide today, but music, we didn't even talk about music and fashion. We didn't even talk about neither one of those things, even in the presentation, but we will be doing more of those things, even in the weekly trainings of making sure those of you who are in the fashion industry or in the music industry of how can you capitalize in this particular space. So again, all of that, again, here it is. If I just talk about airdrops, if we just go to airdrops, again, I saw the airdrops. If you listen, I always tell people, I'm like, listen, if you just did one of the things and got one of the airdrops, how long does it really take for most people to go on? How long does it take to make that kind of money from going to an 8 to 5 job? It's like the whole year, if you could get that in the whole year for one of the airdrops. So even again, the airdrops, if I just put the value on the airdrops, let alone like the weekly calls, that would be worth it right there. Okay, so again, that's one of the things that we're definitely going to be doing on the weekly training. Somebody said one piece of land. I'm trying to read some of y'all chat. So again, this again was the art, particular one we talked about, the art example. So again, there is opportunity to make money. The $44,444. Again, on March 4th, March 16th, sold for $21,900. I think that might be all right if you wanted to do that. All right, a couple things that we're going to do in regards to the mastermind overview. Things that we're going to be covering, as during the weeks, that if you guys decide to go on with this, some things we're going to be covering, making sure that many of you who are, let's say you're not a crypto person, because some of the NFTs that I showed today, you need crypto. Some of the other ones, you could definitely use your debit card. Like a lot of the art, you can definitely use your debit card to do. But when you're talking about the projects where I showed you, like with the artifacts, the Bored Apes, most of those do require, for you to be able to use Ethereum. But those are some of the things that we're going to cover, while we're doing the overviews in the mastermind. Making sure you guys know how to secure your stuff, because it's one thing to be able to buy the items, but if you don't even know how to get a wallet, then we got to show you at least how to get a wallet, because if you don't, that's like half the battle. You'd be like, well, I want to buy everything. Like, listen, you can't come on right out the gate and just like start buying. So we will take some time to educate. I think it's very important that you are educated and not just start jumping in and buying and you're not educated. Because I think, again, the whole goal is to make you successful. That is where you have to be successful. Because for one, I don't want you making me look bad. I take it personal. I'll be like, listen, you ain't doing nothing. I'm like, you like in my training and you ain't doing nothing. That ain't gonna work, because my name means a lot. I've worked very hard to keep my name good. I don't need nobody talking about my name being bad. So again, we will definitely be doing some of those things, making sure, even though those of you who want to go on and create some things, like my niece, my sister Jessica, her daughter has done fantastic. 16 years old, literally taught herself how to do 3D and have literally started selling her own NFTs. So give me some $signs for my niece in the chat, because my niece, Akia, and matter of fact, if you're gonna be in my class, I'm gonna be showing you some of her art that she gonna have for sale that she been selling. But give my niece some $signs. She is 16 years old and literally went on and taught herself how to become a 3D artist and started selling NFTs by being committed. And again, I think it's an opportunity when we, not just as adults, but even our kids. I want kids they need to know how to do this. They are gifted and they are talented. They need to be in here creating NFTs. They need to be selling their stuff. I know there's one 14-year-old young lady has made millions of dollars. Listen, I was like, oh, where I mess up at? I was like, man, I didn't get to get my kids. The NFTs wasn't there at that time. I was like, you know how much money my kids could have made if they knew about NFTs at that time, but nobody knew at the time. But I was like, that, because my son Miles has always had a business, as far as like, actually both my kids, they started with a gumball machine business, and then my son Miles, I don't think we ever gave him lunch money because he had a candy business at school. I know he wasn't supposed to have no candy business at school. I don't need y'all put no bad notes in, because he probably sold some candy to some of your kids, but he did have a candy business at school, and we never gave him lunch money. So again, but my niece at 16 has really been she's very gifted at what she's doing, and continues to take the time to learn about the NFT space. And so again, we're going to cover things as far as, again, some of the tools, how to create some of the NFTs. Again, we talked about the Metaverse, the blockchain games of how you can go on and do play to earn. And then most important, like I said, marketing yourself, because, and again, literally there's another $10,000 in value. Marketing yourself, I think, is going to be one of the things where a lot of people, they just don't know what to do. They have no idea where to start. You're like, okay, I get it. I think I should do it. But now what? What exactly should I do? You need to get over here and start making this money. And so we will share some of those things with you all, during our mastermind. All right. Again, I showed you the example of the VV comics. So some of you who might have come in late, again, there's opportunity when you're even looking at some of the low price items, $6.99, now currently worth over $13,000 or worth over $620. Very, very good. And I know someone just put something about mindset. Yeah, you need mindset when you're in the NFT space, because your mindset is everything. You'd be like, do I take, you'd be like, I know I paid $500 for this, but do I take the $20,000? Do I take it today? And you'd be nervous about taking $20,000. So we have to work on the mindset for sure, because it becomes that crazy when you're in the space. And I told y'all, me and my husband, like, I'd be like, baby, I can't sell the Bored Ape. He's like, sell the Bored Ape. He just be testing me sometimes. I'd be like, baby, listen. Let me show you why we shouldn't sell the Bored Ape. So I had to convince him. He'd be like, okay, you was right. You was right again, baby. So again, but mindset is going to definitely be one of those scenarios. So again, here is the offer. Y'all think like, is it $10,000? No, it's not even $10,000. I've shown you over $20,000 worth of value of stuff that you're going to get. It is literally $349. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, everybody be like, you doing what? I'm literally offering $300 for the webinar special because you are on the webinar. Because you are on the webinar, it's $349 for you to start learning about NFTs. That is what the cost is. If you want to take advantage of the 6-month special, you even get a bigger discount. A bigger discount. So $349 per month, $349 per month. If you want to do the 6-month for the bigger discount, $1,749 right down here. There is nothing. This is, somebody said, I am in, let's go. Look, I could have stopped on the airdrops, but I wanted to show you more, give you more value. Literally, it's $349 monthly. If you like to participate for the webinar special, it's $349. If you want to do the 6-month special for the bigger discount, $1,749. We have QR codes over here to the side. So if you'd like to scan the QR code, if you'd like to go to the website directly, either one's going to still take you back to the B1 NFT site. That is like mind blowing. So I think that might be enough. So let me just give it to you on a clearer screen so you can see it. You'd be like, there's no confusion. There's no confusion. Webinar special, $349. Monthly webinar for 6-month special, $1,749. If you'd like to join in for the 6-month training that we're going to be doing for the NFT Mastermind. Okay. All right, if everybody's good, if you can put some $ in the chat, I'd appreciate it. if everything is good.
Hey, all right. I was listening the whole time. I was sitting over here on the sidelines, and I've enjoyed this very much. And I'll tell you what, I'm super excited about everything you were talking about, Teailla. And I hope everybody will give Tiala a digital round of applause and a big thank you for coming in here and really telling us about this exciting space. So Tiala, was that your last slide, or did you have more that you wanted to cover?
That was it. I was asking questions. That was the last slide.
Okay, great. Yeah, so we'll leave the URL on the screen. If you'd like to jump into the offer, you can go to b1nft.com. And back up, Tiala, did you have the monthly option? Did you have an option where people can sign up for 6 months at a time? Is that right? Could you back up to this slide?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So what I'm gonna also mention to everybody here is I'll throw in a fast action bonus for the first 5 of you that sign up for the 6-month offer. You can reach out to Chanel and show her a screenshot where you signed up, and you can do a one-on-one with me. I'll sit with you for 30 minutes and you can talk. Now, by the way, my one-on-ones are $1,000 an hour. So just in case you want to know where the value is, I will personally, the first 5 of you that sign up, I will personally sit with you for an hour, for 30 minutes. Sorry, I'm sure, but 30 minutes is plenty of time. 30 minutes, believe me, as much as I talk, 30 minutes, I can change your life in 30 minutes. It's a lot in terms of your specific economic strategy, where you are. You can talk to me about anything about your particular situation. You can, if you have a job and you want to figure out how to develop your side hustle, you can let me know. If you have a business, you want to go to the next level, you can let me know. If you need some support on your marketing, well, guess what? I have a million subscribers across different YouTube channels. We hit about 1 to 2, probably about 2 million Black people a week now. Our Instagram Reels alone hit a million Black people, hit 1.5 million last week, actually. So I can help you with a lot of things. So there you go. That's the fast action bonus I'm throwing in there. So run to the site, sign up first, do the 6-month option, and we can talk directly. And so anyway, without further ado, I want to mention something, Tiala, before we get to the questions. When Tiala and I first started talking, you mentioned, I remember you mentioned your father, I think you said something like you used to go fishing with your dad.
Oh, yes.
Is that right?
That's right.
And that was like that's like one of your favorite things to do, right?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
And then y'all
Love
remember,
fishing.
okay. And y'all remember I was calling her TT. And TT
TTO.
is her nickname in the Black Business School. TT.
I seen some TTs in there a little earlier.
Yeah, yeah, TT. And I'm gonna tell you what, TT, I as a father of daughters, that really touched me. And that said, okay, tell me more about your father, because your family has really taken an unconventional route. The fact that you got everybody involved, including, I think, did you say your mother was in her 70s? Like,
Yeah.
and everybody's kind of doing this together as a family. That's what the Black Business School is all about. That's what you guys have been in here for a while, and you've seen what we've been delivering for the community. That's the main crux of everything. We talk about the family as the central institution. You see, they lied to you. They got you thinking that the government was your central institution. That's why they disrupted family. They got you thinking that the corporation was your central institution, or the media or the educational system. And we said, no, a lot of these things can be provided by the family. So I'd like to know a little bit about your family. I know y'all see the offers right up there on the screen. If you could go to the B1, there we go, the URL's up there, b1nft.com. So you can just leave that up there. We can talk a little bit. Tell us about your family, because I really want to make sure your parents get the respect that they deserve for teaching you to think differently, which has really worked out for you.
Well, overall, in my family, there's 9 of us. So my parents were very busy. But again, I think or even early on, my parents owned their own businesses. Whether my mom was doing her selling wigs and stuff like that, they had a record store. My dad was a Baptist preacher for years, and then my mom. So again, very close knit family. We've all, even look at my dad's family and my mom's, their parents, of how they've started doing things. But, as parents go, they try to do better. And so my dad and mom would always tell us, like, listen, if you're going to work, you own it. Don't work and get paid the money. And so they always continuously told us to do those different things as far as going on, owning the businesses, running the business. And my dad, he helped me early on. Even like I said, my sister Jessica, I keep referring to her, but I even own a barbecue restaurant, and we were together. That's my sister. That's like, we've been running together for a long time. And so our parents really put that into us as far as, getting in there, digging in the trenches, and not waiting for a handout. I'm not waiting for a handout. I'm not waiting for anybody to give me any assistance. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm here to figure out how to make my money by myself, with or without you.
Well, I love that. And I think, that's how my family raised me. And my father also fished. And I just really want to encourage everybody to understand that sometimes I think to look to the future of the community, you got to look at the past.
Yes.
There's a part of us that we kind of lost in the last 30, 40, 50 years that I think we can regain. And because that leads to prosperity in every area of your life. So I'm going to read some questions here. The first question is from Corey. Corey says, I have a friend who's a traditional artist, and someone approached him at his gallery about selling his artwork as an NFT. They sent him a check for $4,750 to upload his work. It seemed sketchy, so I told them I would chat with a person tomorrow. What should I look for that are red flags? So they sent them a check for a little bit less than $5,000 and said, upload your work. What do you think? They think they're trying to get over on him?
It would really be the company, but he can do it himself. I mean, going to some of the sites, whether you're going to go to OpenSea or Rarible, you can upload your own NFTs and, sell them directly. Now, the only thing that, would be helpful is if they're going to do some of the marketing aspect for you, because I know early on, new people, you don't have a big following. So if you're going to have if he already has a big following, then he doesn't have a problem. If the company's talking about they're going to give him a bigger following or get some of those NFTs sold for him, then that's different. So, but I'd have to really know who the company, that would be like most important.
Okay. TMX is asking, can you put books in as an NFT or in the metaverse, and how do you read them in there?
Well, the comic books that I showed you on Vivi, you literally, like on that particular one, you can literally on your phone have your comic book and slide page by page and read on it. So you can definitely do the same. They use the VR type technology and stuff. And so you're going to have to know a little bit as far as the techie aspect of it to be able to do that, but it's definitely doable. And they also even have new things that are coming out, even as far as some of the glasses and stuff that you can use to even make pictures look like they're like really right there in your face. It could be a heart beating, it could be those different things. So the technology would be would be with the avenue they would need to start working in.
Okay. And I want to congratulate Darian Bird, Sharon Gray, and Glennis Stodgill. These are three names that I saw that just popped up, that just signed up. Congratulations on making this move that's going to change your life. You've leveled up, and I think that's going to be great for you. And also, Glennis, I see you signed up for 6 months, so I look forward to meeting you in person. And you have 30 minutes to pick my brain, ask me about anything. I really enjoy talking about some things I don't talk about a lot publicly, in terms of just, some people just ask, how do you do it? We started the Black Business School project with no support, in terms of no funding, no nothing. We just built this with our bare hands, and it took a lot of work, but there's a lot that you learn along the way in terms of how to not do things wrong. And one of the reasons that I like to sign up for programs like yours, Teailla, because I've done tons of them myself, is because I have found that there is a tremendous value, especially in a new industry like NFTs, to talking to people who are already in that space. It seems that talking to someone like you gives me a leg up, because you're already in there, you're dipping and dodging, making moves, and and you're seeing where the opportunities are. And sometimes just by following the experts, I may not even understand exactly why you picked that NFT, but it can give me a chance to get in on something, because timeliness seems to matter. What are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. You need a shortcut. I look back at me, my sister Jess and I, we were like, man, if we had had a shortcut or someone there to give us like, don't do this, do that. It's like we've hit all the bumps and bruises in the road for you already. And so, and we've, again, our portfolio speaks for itself. We've done very, very well in the NFT space. So I don't sugarcoat it to be like, well, I don't know any of those things. No, my portfolio says that I know a lot within the NFT space. And it's an avenue, again, as far as helping you to get there faster. Because again, it's really about time. The faster you can figure out what we know, and you don't have to go on and watch. There's some days when my sister Jess and I, we used to spend like 12 hours, 16 hours, 18 hours, literally just trying to research NFT projects, trying to figure out who the best companies are that are out there. We've done all of that information and figured a lot of those things out. So you coming in, whether it's going to be coming to some training and trying to get some feedback from some of these things, is going to be, that's priceless. It literally is priceless because, like I said, you can go try to watch some YouTubes, but they're not going to answer your questions. they're not gonna be like, well, you're gonna find out when they do the recording that they bought it and they want to sell it to you, but they're not gonna tell you about, this is the date of the drop and you should be on there looking to buy those particular items. And so I think that's value in itself, of having that big shortcut per se, to say, hey, there's a lot, but you don't have to do all of that by yourself.
And by the way, I want everybody to know, if you have a question, and if you can make it like one sentence, that way we can answer as many as possible. You can put it in the Q&A section. If you put your question in the chat, we probably won't see it because there's so many comments in the chat, but put it in the Q&A section, and let's stay on the topic. So I see somebody asked me questions about stock splits, and I love answering those questions, but that's beyond the scope of this discussion. But we do have stock market investing class every Tuesday. And hang out with me for a little while, and I'll teach you everything there is to know about stocks. I have written research papers on that topic, so I know everything about stocks that there is. And in case y'all don't know, when you get to the point where you're writing research papers on the topic, that means that you don't just know what's in the book. You're writing the book. You're telling people what to put in the book, right? So I can put y'all way ahead of the curve in that area. But tonight we're talking about NFTs. So Nazia is asking, is the training self-directed videos, and like, what is the training setup? Like, what does it look like, Tiala?
They're going to be in their back office. They will have some training videos that are going to be there, as far as they'll go on and read, watch some of those. But really, the true training that I always say is the live training. Because again, you can watch the videos, we'll have you watch the videos, because again, we want you to be prepared for what we're going to maybe be talking about that class, or we may have a class here and like, hey, if you need more information, watch the video, which will help explain it even further to you. And so that's going to be the biggest aspect of it. But the live training, you cannot beat the live training, because again, if there's any confusion, or if there's times when we have questions, you'll be able to ask those to get unconfused. Because I find many people in the space stay stuck for a long period of time. I mean, they will stay stuck for weeks at a time. And it could literally tell you 5 minutes to say, hey, click this, click that. And now you're unstuck and you can keep moving forward. So we just don't want you to spend a lot of time being stuck. So again, that the live training is going to be the biggest thing, but there definitely are recordings that they will have access to.
Okay, and let me congratulate a few of you as well who just joined into the mastermind. Jared Holloway, Shannon is that Bra? Wait, sorry, I'm looking at my phone. Brabham, Shannon Brabham. I'm going to pronounce your name properly because I see that you actually signed up for 6 months, so I'm not going to mess your name up. And I look forward to meeting you in person, Shannon, so you can tell me how to pronounce your name the right way. Jasmine Whitson, congratulations to you. Congratulations to Burnett Williams. Congratulations to Gerald Moore. Congratulations to Lawrence Battle. I look forward to meeting Burnett in person, or Vernetta. I hope one of those pronunciations I assume is correct. And also, I want to mention as we go to the next question that you have a Black Business School Dr. Boyce guarantee on this. That means that for 30 days, no hassle involved. You can get a refund if you find that this does not elevate your life. In the Black Business School, we take it personally that you get more than what you invested to join the program that we bring to you. We vet everything that we bring in front of you. And if there's any issue whatsoever, we will make it easy for you to get a full refund. There's no risk to you whatsoever. Okay, so I want to make that 100% clear as we move forward in this conversation. We ain't here to run a game past you. We want to elevate your life. Okay, so does everybody get that? Give me a yes in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. If you understand the word.
I appreciate that, Dr. Boyce, because like my name means way more than $349.
Yes.
So
yes.
We want to make sure you are happy. And for those of you who have signed up, congrats. We look forward to seeing you guys. Really look forward to you. But yeah, that is not what we want you to be happy. Yes. If you're not happy, you need to let us know also.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So Dorothy Van Buren has a good question. She's asking, how can a musician or a singer use NFTs?
Same thing with their music, their soundtracks that people need. Whether, say, for example, if they're in their metaverse land, they may need music or something. You could literally sell those particular music things as an NFT. Your track could be an NFT that you sell. That is the value of it. There's a lot of people who are doing that, and I think again, it's another way of our community taking back, because like if you're in the music industry right now, literally you're getting like dollars or pennies sometimes of what you've created. This way, it's like you control it. It's your NFT. It's your music. And again, if it's sold, you get some money. If it's sold again, you still get money. So there's the royalty aspect, even with the music aspect, just like we talked about with the art.
Yeah, a lot of NFTs also, a lot of people don't probably don't see this, but I'd love to get your thoughts on some of this. But it almost looks to me like the NFT market is almost like another version of a stock market where you buy something and people can then there's an aftermarket where there's a lot of trading of that thing, and the original mentor of the NFT gets a percentage of all those trades, and so those who are making the investment are buying this investment for speculative reasons for the most part, right? Where they're hoping the value goes up, but then also there's this utility aspect where the NFT can be used for something, right? Like it could be like we thought about actually offering some of the tickets to the All Black National Convention as NFTs, which would allow people to trade them back and forth and stuff like that. So can you speak to some of that in terms of just what that aftermarket looks like and all the different possibilities in terms of what NFTs allow us to do from a financial standpoint?
Well, I think a little earlier I was talking about it, even as far as, how some people are coming on into the sandbox and they're creating the concerts. And I know you're talking about even with your event, but people are literally creating concerts within the metaverse using their NFT item. That's your access for you to be able to get into that particular thing. But while they're having a concert, they really don't even have to leave their home. They literally could have a green room, have everything surrounded as if there's music instruments there. You would never know they were not actually at a building. There's that much technology available now. But you look at that aspect of even with the music part, they could put anything in their metaverse. They could put it up for sale. It could be an avenue as far as if you wanted to have a VIP area at your concert where your people would actually in the metaverse be able to come in there and talk to you and meet with you. but they're going to pay, trust me, like, like in the regular world, they're going to pay more because it's a VIP event. But there's a lot of those different aspects as far as how you can go on and capitalize on those. And, maybe at the beginning you have 100 of those tickets for the VIP area, and there's only ever going to be 100. So if someone else, let's say if someone got tired of their VIP thing, they could then sell it for whatever number they wanted to sell it for. But that's the only way they would have access to that particular event. So there's a lot of ways of being able to capitalize in that.
Wow. Scott Hammond says, how do you know which NFTs to invest in? I imagine that's a complex process.
Yeah, that's where you better come to class and how we research. Because that's like you need to be in class on that one.
It reminds me of when I taught at Syracuse University, and you'd have a student that would come in, and for the test is in 2 days, and they want to learn the last 6 weeks in 2 days. You're like, I can't help you.
I can't answer all of that one.
I can't teach you 6 weeks worth of stuff in 2 days. I'm sorry. All right, so let's see. Next question. Let's see. I see Scott in there laughing. Scott, okay, so Scott's asking a good question. He says, how do I make my NFTs sought after and valuable? Any initial thoughts on that? It seems that you mentioned that part about the marketing and the network aspect of it. And then let's maybe put Scott's question into context, and maybe there's a way I can jump in and support some of the students from a Black business school standpoint, right? It seems to me that people who have a following have an easier time exposing their NFTs and getting the proper value. Is that right?
Absolutely. But the following is also, depending on where you're getting following at, because I think when people look at it as far as, NFTs, there's different clienteles in the crypto NFT space than just in the regular world. And so knowing where to tie in at is very, very important. Whether is that going to be Twitter? Is that going to be Instagram? And so it really depends on what you're trying to do with that particular NFT to where your best tie-in would be at to do your advertising. Because really, again, you really have to have people in the NFT space that are going to be buying your NFT, because again, you can create them all day long, but if nobody in the NFT space is even interested, you just got another NFT, like with the other 100,000 that's out there.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind digging into that space in terms of us, bringing some of our people into the NFT space and providing some sort of marketing aspect to help the students along, right? So what I mean by that is, if you think about any cryptos that do well tend to be those that have the network effect. Lots of people involved and engaged and committed to the crypto, right? So I don't know. I want you all to know, I'm just thinking out loud on this, but I really think that this is something that's fun that we can do. Because I'm going to be in class, by the way, Tiala. I don't know. I didn't tell you that yet.
That's fine.
Just so y'all know, the same things you all are doing with your families, I'm doing the same thing with mine. My wife is a smart lady, and she's like, hey, why don't you go learn a little bit more about it? I was listening. When you were talking, I was listening. Okay, so next question. Do you purchase NFTs and metaverse properties under a business or just personally?
That's going to be a personal preference. You definitely can do it under business. I mean, that's going to be really a personal situation as far as if you're buying your crypto and you've gotten your information in there as your business aspect, then you definitely can. So it's not like you can't. Okay. But again, when you're in the metaverse, it's really just done on the blockchain. No one knows who you are. It's in a wallet. There's no one that says, oh, such and such by this name owns this piece of land. There's no deed like we have with regular real estate. It's just a blockchain address that you own ownership of.
Wow. So, yeah, that's very interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out in the future. I want to say congratulations to Gerald Moore, Lawrence Battle, Donna Davis, Francis Baram, John, is that Leverett, who I will be meeting John in person. He signed up for 6 months. Also, Glenn, I look forward to meeting you. And let's see, Lacia Davidson, and also Sonia Henry. Congratulations to all of you on your level up decision. We look forward to seeing you in class. Okay, I'm gonna read more questions. Carol is asking, for the art, is it only online or is it something you get? What can you do with the art? So if I buy, I guess, but can it be both? Like if I buy an NFT of something I like, I could have a scenario where I'm getting something physical, and I could have a scenario where it's all digital. Is that right?
Yeah. So actually, let's see here. So like this was an NFT. So you can see this item here. This was I actually bought a shoe, And then I actually got a physical shoe for this particular NFT. So it's different variations of how your NFTs will work. Same thing with art. Some of the art that you may buy may be digital, but you can actually, some artists actually will also send you a physical art piece too. Most of it is really literally digital. You'll literally see people who've created their man cave, and they actually have like this TV screens behind me. They literally display all of their NFT arts on the wall at their home. And so there's definitely variations of how you can display your NFTs. Otherwise, your NFTs, the metaverse lens that I was showing you, as far as if you wanted to display some of your art there, you could go in there and literally take anything out of your wallet and put it on your wall and create your own metaverse type art gallery. But for the most part, most people do go on and do just the digital aspect, but there are some more people who are also coming on to give more value, and they're actually giving you the physical aspect item also.
Yeah, I saw you showing the students something with how to set up a digital art gallery when you came to visit the crypto club, the Black Crypto Club. But I remember seeing that, and I thought that was the coolest thing. This 3D art gallery, you put on the Oculus glasses, and you can look around at people's art, and it's so real. That's going to be really fun.
Yeah. It's
like that. That's everybody who doesn't have an Oculus. I encourage you to consider getting one. I got one for my wife and all our kids. And me and my wife went on a date in the metaverse.
Yeah.
We did it several times. Let me tell you how it went down. It was crazy. First of all, I invited her to my metaverse crib, which was this house with a backyard with a grill and a swimming pool. And I had my little avatar. He had a little goatee and glasses. And my wife had a cute little avatar. She's a pretty little red bone. And so we're in the metaverse and we're looking at each other. And I said, this is freaky because I feel like I'm right next to you. And she said, yeah, this feels real. So you know what we did? We Tiala, we got together, and this was fascinating just to see how they're setting this up and monetizing this and all. So we watched a movie by Daniel that had starred Daniel Day-Lewis called There Will Be Blood. And we paid for the movie with our credit card in the metaverse. So they charge us real money now. And we watched this movie, and because it's the metaverse, you can change your environment. So first 1 minute, our avatars were sitting on the side of a building in New York, like New York City, and we were watching the movie on like it was projected onto the building across the street. Then I hit a button, and suddenly we were in the middle of the woods with a campfire. Then I hit another button, and we were on Mars watching the movie on Mars together, and all of it felt real. I'm telling y'all, this is going to be huge.
It is.
Tiala, do you want to add to that? Because
I fish every day. Like after I work out, I literally keep my Oculus on and I fish. I can get in a boat. It literally will put you in a boat. I can go to, if I want to be in a city environment, if I want to just be where the tree, because literally it feels like you're there. Though you can hear the waves, you can see the trees dropping leaves and everything. The realest thing. I actually, one time I was looking down, I was like, whoa, this water's a little close. I'm like, you're not even really there, but it makes you feel like you're really there. So I had to really just move over because you kind of felt a little bit uncomfortable, but you literally fish. Like I said, I can throw the pole out. I feel the fish tugging on my line. It'll break off sometime. It is, but again, that's where the technology goes. And I look at even some of the youth who are doing this thing. They literally go to concerts. You can't even walk in the room with them when they're at a concert. I'm like, you're at a concert, like in the metaverse, and they pay to go to them, and they're excited.
They had a Travis Scott concert on Fortnite that had 27 million attendees. I mean, this is going to be massive. This is a whole access. It's like a new planet. It's like a whole nother planet. And I can tell you, just in terms of how real it feels, everybody, I want y'all to just consider this, right? Because at some point I'm gonna teach a class in the metaverse and we can just all meet in the metaverse. But to tell you how real it feels, there was one game called Plank. I don't know if you heard of that game, but you're walking on these planks and you're real high in these buildings. And my wife put it on and she couldn't do it. She said, I'm so scared I'm going to fall. I said, baby, you're not going to fall. The floor is right there. You're standing on the floor. But because it was so real, she just got scared. She said, I can't do this.
Try the roller coaster ride. That roller coaster ride will make you sit down on the floor. My husband told me, he said, somebody come get me. Somebody come get me. We like, you just got the headgear on, baby. It's just he like, but it makes you feel like you're literally on a ride. I mean, when it's going up and it's coming down, you screaming like you're really on the ride. Your body is leaning forward because it's cranking you up. It is, but it's really mind blowing of how technology is moving in that direction to where, again, you don't even have to go to that particular place to experience that particular place.
Yeah, it's coming. The future's coming, y'all. So let's get ready. Let's get ahead of the curve. So Adrian wants to know, Tiala, when is the live training and how often is it?
On Wednesdays. Every Wednesday. We will be meeting every Wednesday at 8:00 Eastern time. 8:00 Eastern time. Every Wednesday. That is going to be the live training.
All right. Terrence Tech asks, do I need to purchase an Oculus set to be involved in Metaverse, or can I just use my computer?
You can just use your computer. I mean, the Oculus is just another. The reason why for me, when I bought the Oculus is because I was trying to get more ideas of what I could do in my Metaverse land. Of looking at the experiences, like I said, where if I created something for fishing or something, I wanted to feel how it was feeling in the Oculus. So you don't necessarily have one. You don't need one in order to be invested in the NFTs. It's just, again, for me, that's why I did mine.
All right. Barbara says that's the same time as the Dr. Boyce book club. Yeah, well, don't worry about that. We'll work on that. We'll get that part fixed. Let's see here. What is the code for the monthly discount? Is there a code, Tiala, or are they just go to b1nft.com?
They B1 NFT, but if there is a code, Chanel will have the code if there's another code that they need for the special.
Yeah, Chanel's right there in the chat. Yeah, Chanel's the big boss, and so she's right there in the chat with you, and she is part of our customer excellence team that just makes sure that you have an extraordinary experience. And she is a brilliant lady and a great leader and a great project manager, and will make sure that you are happy. And so she's right there in the chat. You got any questions for her, you can ask right there, and she'll take good care of you. And I want to also congratulate a few other new members who just joined. Let's see. I see Daryl Pugh. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to Kenneth Freeman. Congratulations to Terrence Williams. Look forward to seeing you in class. All right, so we're going to do 3 more questions, and then we'll be done. Now, tomorrow night, we'll do an encore, right? Is that, okay.
We'll have a replay tomorrow.
Okay, great. Well, so we're going to do a replay of this tomorrow if you want to sit through it and watch it again. And so let's see. Damon says, can I buy it tomorrow when I get paid tomorrow? Yes. Is there a deadline on this, Tiala?
There is, but he will have time for tomorrow. It'll be the same offer will be tomorrow because it was a 2-day offer for sure.
Okay. So tomorrow night at midnight, that's when the cart closes. So you still have some time. And again, we guarantee, we give you, the Black Business School Dr. Boyce 100% level up guarantee. So that means that if you're unhappy for any reason, we will make it 100% easy for you to get a refund within that first 30 days. Try it out, go there and get that experience. And so there's no risk to you. And so we are very happy to do this because we really want to be on top of technology, right? We don't want to catch up late, right? We want to be the early adopters, not the late adopters. And one question someone is asking is the replay going to run tomorrow at the same time?
Same time tomorrow. Same time tomorrow. Same time, same place.
Same bat channel. All right. Okay. So Tyrone wants to know, how can games be relative in NFTs?
You can sell, like I said, even with the gaming aspect of being able to sell some of the items. I think a lot, again, I think I was talking about that a little earlier, the swords, because in most games, you can't sell your items. If you go in and the regular Xbox and you buy something, you can't resell it to anyone. But within the way they're doing the blockchain games, if you get tired of a sword, you can sell the sword. You get tired of a helmet, you can sell those particular items. So that's the big change of how the gaming is shifting. And then the biggest aspect is being able to earn money as you're playing these particular games.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's really fascinating. I look forward to digging into that more. I think that this is so exciting. And I don't want everybody to know. If you want to know what I'm really enthusiastic about from an investment standpoint, it's this metaverse play and just what that looks like, and how to be involved early, because some of these things, you're literally watching entire worlds growing out of this.
Yes.
and you got to make a move. You don't want to miss out on this. So next question, Melissa says, what brand of binoculars or headset do you use for the metaverse?
I think I bought the one that was $399. That's the one I thought is at Best Buy, Amazon or Best Buy. I think it's like $399. There is one I think that's $299, but I think I bought the one that had a little bit more storage on it.
Okay. And Maddie Allen says, will this program be offered in the future? You have cohorts, right? Is that how you do it? Do you 6 months cohorts, or can people?
We're doing 6 months right now.
Okay. And you see what the regular prices are, right? So the regular price is $4.99 a month, but the special is $3.49 for today.
Yes.
The next until tomorrow night at midnight. Also, the regular 6 month price is $29.94. Tonight's special price is $17.49. So you save a lot of money that way. So I hope that you will give a digital thank you to Miss Teailla Kidd and the whole Kidd family. Well, I'm sorry, is your husband's last name Kidd?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay. Well, the family that raised you. Now, what was the family that raised you?
Richardsons. The
Richardsons. Okay, let's shout out to the Kidd and the Richardson family, because that is this is where great people come from. You know, the family is so important, and I just give a shout out to your parents, and I think it's awesome. And I also want to give a congratulations to let's see, I see Terrence Williams and Tamika Lassiter Davis. You're the last one on my list here, but you're certainly not least. And so congratulations to all of you that made this level up move. If you didn't, that's okay too. Maybe you can check out the recording. Maybe you think about it. Maybe consider joining later on. I will be in the class, so I'm going to actually participate in a lot of the sessions because I really want to make sure that we're on the cutting edge of all of this. So, so everybody, God bless you. Have a wonderful night. Thank you, Miss Kidd. And I see the rest of your iDream team is here. Zia and Majesty and Jessica. Did I say Zia right? Or
yes.
is it?
You said it right.
All right. And also the one and only Miss Chanel Still. She's invaluable. Yes.
That's what need for dollar signs in the chat. No, she did a great job.
Black girl magic. Black girl excellence. All right. And so everybody have a wonderful night, and we'll be right back with you with more stuff going on in the Black Business School. You guys know every single week we have something exciting happening. And we're here with you. We love you. We want to see you win. We want to see you succeed. And we ain't gonna stop, can't stop, won't stop, because Black people are built to win. And so give me an amen in the chat if you agree with that. And we love you, and we'll see you guys soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.